Good morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Mike, Marlena, Monica, Wishful, Jason, Ashbad, Ra, Steven, Marson. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all being here. I hope you're doing well. Let's start things out by finishing up a little bit of running around. We have to head down to Darkshire. Then we'll come back here, and then we're probably heading over to Loch Modan. Yeah, I think we have to work on Loch Modan today. We should have some things that might be green over at the Hunter's Lodge. Wishful, you've never been awake for the beginning of the stream? Well, welcome. I appreciate you being here. Katie, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How are you? Not today, Marlena. We are fully panted up. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube made us put on some pants.
Can I help you?
All right. Darkshire.
Safe travels.
I kind of want to do Dead Mines again today, but I don't know if we're going to have anybody on. Level 50. Dang. We might have our first guild at level 60 soon. That's really impressive. Yeah, Jonathan, that's what I was just kind of thinking about. I'm not sure. We did a Dead Mines yesterday. I'd like to do one again today. But it really depends on if we have guildies on at some point. I'm fine pugging a couple of spots. I just don't want to pug an entire group. I don't want to pug everybody. Johnny, your mage died yesterday after I logged off. Was that like yesterday evening or yesterday after the stream? Because I did pop on my my undead mage to play for a little bit last night, and I recorded that stuff so I can drop it on the weekend. And I noticed that while I was on the mage, like 4 people died. And I don't know if that's like common. I don't know if you guys are dropping like flies over there all the time, or if it was just because I was online. It felt like because I was online that people in the guild kept dying. It was after the stream, yeah. Yeah, I killed people last night too. Just by existing in the game, I guess. Mike 33 on the Pally. Congrats, man. Steven, you'd be up to run again? Awesome, awesome. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll wait a little while, see who we have on, and make a plan from there.
Need help? Light bless you. Be careful. Go with honor, friend.
Alright, now we're going right back. Val, good morning. Austin, good morning to you. Thank you guys for being here. John, good morning to you as well. Yeah, Mike, the grind gets more grindy. Once you're in the high level 30s and you get into the 40s, the grind is real. Yep. You have to embrace the grind.
Be careful.
Raw level 42, man. Yeah, you guys are really impressive. Not only do you carve out a lot of time to play, but you don't die. That's the important part. Not dying. Katie, the weather in Michigan's been really good. Yeah, we got like 60s, 70s for highs. It's been nice and cool in the morning time when I take the dog for a walk. Mosquitoes are still pretty vicious though. I don't know why. But the temperatures have been really nice. And it's also been sunny. Which is not always the case in Michigan. We tend to get a lot of clouds. We have bitter winters with lots of snow and ice though. And they tend to drag out. The winters drag out. The summer drags out a little bit, but the winters tend to drag out quite a bit. That's really the only bad part. We have a really short autumn, and then we have a really, really long winter. Ash, the clouds are coming my way. Yeah, I mean, I basically always expect there to be clouds in the future, you know. Just by virtue of it being Michigan, surrounded by water, I just expect clouds. Do I enjoy retail more or classic? I think you could take a quick glance at the channel and you could probably figure it out. I don't play retail right now.
Light be with you. For the Alliance.
Level 22. Alright, we are going into Improved Blessing of Might.
What can I do for you?
How do I want to do this? It's a 5-minute flight. Or it's going to be probably just as much time to like run around. You know, go to the tram, wait for the tram. Let's just pop on a flight here, and we have something to do in Ironforge. I believe that's the Paladin quest. Yeah, speak to Jordan Stillwell in Ironforge. Yeah, we have 5 more levels to go before we have eclipsed our highest level. It's been feeling pretty good. And we have a lot of zone hopping left to do. We have all this stuff left in Darkshore to do. Vale, you're trying to decide on an alt. If you got a 34 rogue, yeah, maybe Warlock. Go something ranged. You know, to have like a little bit of a different experience. I'd say go on a ranged character. Whatever your flavor of ranged may be. Kate, hello, good morning. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Ash, you know, a warrior could use a pocket healer. That would be incredibly useful to keeping the warrior alive, yeah. I should probably, the next time I do a warrior, I should just try to group up more. I should try to group up a lot more. Especially if I'm gonna go into caves and stuff, I feel like just like looking for a group. It helps when there are people around, that way I don't have to like, you know, actually look for a group in general chat, because no one wants to do that. It's kind of lame. How much gold do we need for the tabards? To get them, I think it's like 10 to make the tabard, and then like the individual tabards cost a gold apiece. And since I'm a bad guild leader, I haven't really been spearheading that effort. Clint has been doing a lot of that work. I have golds. I have a couple of golds to send whenever somebody's ready to do it, but yeah, I said at the onset that I would be a bad guild leader, that I couldn't lead the guild, and I wasn't kidding. I meant every word of it. And so I'm not sure that we have amassed the funds yet. I would be fine paying for it myself once I have the requisite money. But it's going to be a handful more levels before I have it. This is why things like a guild bank are cool, because then we could like dump a little bit of money into the guild bank and we can kind of like visually track how much we have. That would be incredibly useful. A little bit of quality of life brought to Classic. Everyone likes the guild bank. I don't think there's anybody out there that if they put the guild bank into Classic, they'd be like, oh, guild bank, I hate it, it ruins the game, guild bank ruined, wow. Like, I don't think anybody feels that way. So, yeah, I wish they'd put it in. Do I switch my background flag each time I reroll a different faction? When I get bullied into it, yeah. Yeah, when people push me to do it and I stop being lazy and I finally do it, yeah. Usually like 10 levels into the new character, I'll get it done. Absolutely. Yeah, Mike says sometimes he does. Sometimes. Yes, exactly. Sometimes. Ash, thanks for popping in, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, when you guys twist my arm. To be fair, I always say that I'm going to do it. And then what happens is that I just don't do it. I just forget to. Is there a tank top theme too? Do I match my clothing to my faction? No, I don't have enough clothing to do that. No, I don't even think I have a red tank top. I should get one, yeah. Yep. I'll just get 5 blue tank tops and 5 red tank tops, and I'll alternate through them. Eventually it's going to be really cold, and I'll have to wear actually, like, you know, clothing. But for now, like in the office, it gets kind of warm when we're not running the AC until it gets really, really cold. It'll be a little bit warmer than the rest of the house until it gets really, really cold. And then it'll be like 15 degrees colder than the rest of the house. Yeah, and then I'll need like red and blue quarter zips. Or red and blue hoodies. You know, it'll have to be different seasonal apparel. Get a sunburn. It's nature's red shirt. No, that's a good way to die. I'm not doing that. I've had really bad sunburns and it's not good. Alright, where is this guy? It said Ironforge. I read the quest. Speak to Jordan Stillwell in Ironforge. Okay. He should still be in Ironforge. He likes to work outside the gates. Oh, see, that's not inside of Ironforge. See, that's a misnomer. Yeah, it says he likes to work outside the gates. It says go to Ironforge and find him in the city. He likes to work outside the gates, though. Okay. Let's go find him. Also, Paladin trainer. Yeah, also I need to go to the trainer. Let's do the training first. Johnny says, I would go train my mage, but she's dead. I'm a little bitter. I can tell. It's okay to be a little bit bitter and disappointed and upset.
Great to meet you.
As long as you go again. You can have any feelings that you want, as long as you always go again. That's the important part. Holy Light 4. Concentration Aura. Ew. Seal of Justice. Unleashing the seal's energy will judge an enemy, preventing them from fleeing. Your melee strikes will refresh the spell's duration. So this is a way to deal with runners. Yeah, the problem is we have to have it up, and then we have to judge it. So that's 2 global cooldowns. By the time 2 global cooldowns have passed, the enemy has run away. And I'm not gonna run. This seems like more of a PvP thing. I know I can use it, but having to cast it onto myself and then judge it, I don't know. Maybe we'll play with it. I like going for this, the Hammer of Justice, when it's off cooldown, to deal with the runners. Blessing of Might 3 and Seal of Crusader that I'm not using. I'll buy it anyway, but I have 0 plans to actually use it. So there's that. Holy Light 4. I have Flash of Light that I don't even have on the bar. Johnny, it seems like the guild was trying to wipe yesterday. Yeah, the Horde guild. I think I killed a few people by logging onto my mage at night. I don't know what it was. Okay. There we go. Why do I have this here? Yeah, I'm not using this. That's a critical button for me. I need to reserve that button for something else. Because, yeah, having that there is kind of useless. I don't really plan on using it. Zesh, yeah, in a dungeon that might be a good idea. Absolutely. Jonathan, it's weird that Pally's never got taunt in Classic. Then again, Shamans are supposed to be off tanks. Yeah, Shaman have like a lot of talents that give them more threat. That they have shield specialization talents. So you can block more. Yeah, the Shaman, they have a tanking spec. But yeah, they're not actually good tanks. I don't know if they get a taunt or not. Can Shaman spec into a taunt? Or is it just that some of their abilities deal extra aggro? Are guilds fairly active in Hardcore Classic? I mean, my guild's pretty active. It's a smaller guild, but we always have people on it like any time of the day. During prime time, it's more people. I think I got a handful of people on in the morning. And we got a lot of people offline. The entirety of Hardcore is very active, yeah. It's easier to say that like all of Hardcore is extremely active. Definitely like it's very active right now. It's practically the only version of WoW that people are playing. A lot of people are also playing Classic Era that's not Hardcore. But yeah, between Classic Era and Classic Era Hardcore, that's where like the majority of World of Warcraft players are at today. Not as many people in retail, not as many people playing Wrath. Both of those are kind of dead games at this point. Earthshock, yeah, Earthshock had extra aggro on it, I think. Taylin, you're loving Wrath right now? That's awesome. Yeah, like 300 people are loving Wrath right now.
Greetings.
And that's really cool. I think that people who like Wrath a lot, and maybe this is ageist of me, but it's people who were young when they played Wrath, or they didn't play Wrath when it came out. I think the people who enjoy Wrath the most are people who were like younger when it came out. Like they weren't in their 20s yet. Maybe they were teenagers. Maybe they were kids. So maybe they played a little bit, or it's people that just missed the boat on Wrath entirely. For someone like me, like I played Wrath during my mid-20s. Like I remember all of Wrath. I did all the content innumerable times with an awesome guild, and so Wrath has no interest for me. That was all we had to do, right? Talk to that guy. That's it. What is this stuff? Whitestone oak lumber. Oh dear God. This is the opposite of the kind of quest I want to do right now. And this is for a two-handed weapon that I'm probably not going to use. All right. This is it's in the dungeon. Okay. Yeah, we'll hold on to it. Crispy says that's a fact. I was 12 when I raided ICC. Yes, exactly. So like you remember it, you have some fond memories and some nostalgia, but now you get to go back and experience it with like your adult brain and your adult friends. You know, so it's different. And for that group of people, it's much more appealing. For me, like I have no interest in playing it. I raided every tier. My guild cleared every raid every week, so even as more and more raids came out, we just kept clearing everything. We would bring new members through, we would bring alts through to get them geared up, and we cleared every raid, every single lockout. For the entirety of the expansion. Like, that was my heyday. That was probably the most that I raided in the entire game. I realized that in Cataclysm, I didn't raid till Firelands. The guild kind of went their separate ways. And then me and my friend reformed a guild to raid Firelands. But so in Cataclysm, I'm going to have a bunch of raiding content that I've never really gotten to see. And so that's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, with Wrath, I'm over it. I don't plan to play again until we have an announcement for Cataclysm. Then I will get a character leveled up that I want to take in to Cata. I saw that they did announce that with the ICC patch they're putting in the Looking for Dungeon. They have a date now. I think it was October 10th for ICC. I noticed that on Wowhead the other day. Lochmodan. And so they've confirmed LFD. They're putting the 3 new dungeons into the game. So that's cool. It's you know, Wrath is probably exciting for people who are like really into it. Yeah, sandbox, exactly. That's exactly how I feel. Like, we cleared the crap out of it, my guild was amazing, we were all very tight, cool people to hang out with and have a good time. And yeah, we beat the crap out of Wrath. And then so I did a couple Nax runs, and I did one Ulduar run, and I just like... I was like, okay, nothing I do today is gonna top like the memories I have back then, and I don't care about the gear. Because I've gotten all the gear. And like, doubly so in my case, I played the same class that I played in Wrath. I went Holy Pally, which is exactly what I did originally. Maybe if I'd have done something different, I'd have had a little bit more ambition to get a little bit more gear, but I doubt it. I'm not really a gear-centric person. Oh yeah, Gammon, exactly, and they're leaving the boost in now. Yeah, they used to carrot people with the Joyous Journeys buff to try to bring them back between patch content, but now they're just like, we'll just leave it in. And so it'll be there whenever, if ever, I want to go back and get somebody ready for Cataclysm. Yeah, exactly, Steven. It's way too late for me now. Yeah, it's a little too late for the LFD. Yeah, I have no interest in going back and doing it now. If they had put LFD in like 6 months ago, like maybe the Trial of the Crusader patch, if they'd have done it like a long time ago, maybe around the time they started doing the Heroic Plus and the Heroic Plus Plus, then maybe I would have played a little more. I still think that inevitably I would have fallen out of it and not really cared. But I might have leveled more characters up, because I like queuing up as I level. You know, I like popping into the queue as a DPS, questing for 15 minutes, and doing a dungeon. Rinse, repeat. That's like just enjoyable gameplay to me. And but without LFD, you really can't do that. So, yeah. I mean, you can, but you gotta spam for groups and stuff. I don't want to do any of this stuff right now. I think I want to head out to the Hunter's Lodge. Yeah, we'll stop by here. But yeah, we're going out to the Hunter's Lodge. Wish, will you refuse to do another Heroic Plus ever? They're speed running it now. Yeah, they were trying to speed run it. Like I don't get that because there's no timed element to the to the heroic plus plus and wrath. But because those players are all mythic players in retail, like they feel like they need to speed run it. Groups were like trying to skip entire bosses and shit. And yeah, it was just what was garbage. And what it was is like the increased difficulty in heroic plus plus. All it does is it makes life harder on the healer. It just makes the healer work harder. And as the healer, I take offense to that. It was like that's the only way they know how to increase difficulties. Like, oh, more damage. Oh, more shit for stupid DPS to stand in. Oh, the healer didn't keep everybody alive. Oh, bad healer. 4,200 gear score is not going to cut it here, kid. Yeah, it becomes the same kind of toxic that Mythic Plus is. And like I don't think they intended it that way. Like there is no time trial element to it. But because all people care about is getting the currency at the end of it, they've developed the same kind of mentality to skip packs, skip bosses, skip everything they can. And so it feels like you're doing a Mythic Plus in Wrath of the Lich King. Yeah. Absolutely. Doom, why don't I collect ore? Because I don't have mining. I have herbalism. And sometimes I'll go herbing, but sometimes I just like see that little yellow dot and I don't do it. I've been primarily focusing on my skinning. I thought these guys had a thing, but maybe that's not till later. Varg, the RMT ruined wrath for you? You mean the WoW token ruined wrath for you? Yeah. I understand that sentiment. I don't like the WoW token either. I wish it didn't exist. The problem is, like... The problem is the same problem. The problem is, even without WoW token, like, people are buying gold off of illegal gold sellers. So, like, yeah, like, I don't want any of it. I don't want any of it. But you're gonna have it all. Like... There are always going to be bots, apparently, because Blizzard won't do what's necessary to shut them down. And so their solution is to sell you the gold themselves. And since you can buy gold, and since you can use gold to like get carried through runs, then yes, the game is technically pay to win. The game can be pay to win for anybody who wants to pay.
How are you?
Which isn't everybody, but I think it's a lot of people. I think a lot of people who are gear-centric, who see that as like winning the game, like doing all the dungeons, doing all the raids, getting the best gear, yeah, you can pay for it. You can buy a couple WoW tokens, get a crap load of gold, and then you can get carried through runs. Absolutely. Absolutely pay to win.
Off with you.
$9 for 3,000 gold? Shit, that's not bad. I can see why people would be okay with that. You know, if you're the kind of person who wants to spend money in a video game to get currency, I can see why people would swipe. And then how much does a carry cost? Let's say I want to get carried through the current raid content. How much would I have to pay a guild to get carried? Yeah, $20 for 6,000. Not bad, right? I understand the impetus for people when they have the ability to buy the currency. I can understand the impetus for them to do it. Yep. Like if you're somebody who has the extra money, and you are probably then also a person who overvalues your own time, and you will say to yourself, well, I have the extra money, but what I don't have is I don't have extra time. And you're going to say that to yourself, and then you're going to buy a couple WoW tokens. And then you're going to buy a run. You're like, you know what? I have the money. I don't have the time to find a guild. I don't have the time to raid every week. You know, I just want to get the achievements, and I just want this piece or that piece or this piece of gear. And so you take your WoW token gold, and you go find a guild that's willing to carry you. And there you go. You have paid to win. You have paid to win. Yeah. Oh, Anubis, I hate it too. I absolutely wish that Blizzard would do everything that they could do to shut it down. I wish they would not sell a WoW token themselves as a way of pretending like they're dealing with it when that's not dealing with it at all. That's becoming another source of the same problem. But yeah, I mean, they've made their stand. They've said we can't deal with this. We can't shut down gold sellers. This is crazy. This guy runs this right over to us. Dick. So yeah, we're gonna have... We can cross our fingers and we can hope that we never have to deal with the WoW token in vanilla. But here's the problem. People are selling gold illegally in vanilla. How long does that go on before Blizzard arrives at the same fucking conclusion where they say, oh, well, we don't want these gold sellers selling gold illegally. The only thing we could do is put the WoW token into the game. How long before that happens? Especially with numbers being so low, like playership-wise in Retail and Wrath, with all their playership way down, like how long before they have to make money somehow? Shareholders are not going to be happy. So, you know, what do? You put the WoW token into vanilla. It's obvious. Well, it's probably only a matter of time. This is gray. This quest is gray. Oh, damn. It's like gray-green. Yeah, we'll still do it. Oh, his crocodile quest is gray also. Yeah, we got a little bit behind here.
What's on your mind? See you soon.
Leon says, when did this stream become so negative all the time? Oh no, someone expressing their opinion about the WoW token in a stream. It's negativity. My man, you must have a really sheltered existence. Because somebody explaining their opinion why, like, something is bad in the video game, like, that's not negativity, man. That's called fucking honesty. Did the Horde tunes die, Ryan? No, they didn't. Well, the Warrior did, yeah. The Warrior's totally dead. But the Mage is still alive. I played her last night. And the Shaman's still alive. We'll play her sometime in the future. Yeah, Galaric, it wouldn't be hard for them to do it. The problem, it's a labor problem. They'd have to pay a support staff of, like, humans. And, you know, like, the last thing that a corporation wants to do is hire support staff. Support staff don't make the game any money. You know, this is how corporations kind of think about it. Like, they break you into two different categories. You're either working in a part of the company that makes money. You make profits. You directly interact with clients. Like, you're doing something to bring in revenue, or you're a cost center. And what that means is that they pay you, but your work output doesn't necessarily make the game any money. You know, you're not a developer or an artist. You're not even a manager. If you're a support person who's like tracking down tickets and you're trying to get rid of the bots, that doesn't make the game money. Not in the eyes of like a corporate entity, you know? Doom asked me, I'm scrolling for absurdity right now. Do you have a Brabus? Don't know what that is. Or a Mercedes car? I don't know what the first one is, but I know what the second one is. I have a Ford EcoSport. It's a little 3-cylinder. It gets me where I gotta go. Mike, you're not swinging the hammer today? Not today. Not today. Not like this. If they gotta be got, I'll get them. I didn't see anybody that had to be got yet. I saw the one silly question about why my streams are so negative. This is one of the most mild discussions I've had about the WoW token, because I'm literally explaining that I can understand both sides of it. And if that's someone's idea of negativity, they are so sheltered that they're never going to make it in the real world. They're never going to make it at a job. They're never going to make it anywhere where they encounter anything that they don't agree with. If somebody expressing an opinion and calmly discussing both sides of the matter is negativity, oh, you're effed, brother. You're effed. Shit. The eco sports are tiny. Oh, they are tiny. Yeah, size doesn't matter, they say. Yeah. Eco sport? Isn't that an oxymoron? I don't know. Maybe. What's an oxymoron is having a 3-cylinder engine and calling it a car. To me, that's kind of heinous. When we got it, we thought it was a 4-cylinder. And then one time at the oil change shop, the guy was looking at it and he was like, "This is a 6-cylinder?" My wife was like, "Nah." He's like, "Well, the way it's in here, it's either that I can see only 3 of the 6 cylinders, or this is a 3-cylinder car." And then they gave it a quick Google, and it turned out it's a 3-cylinder car. I thought the Geo Metro was the only 3-cylinder car ever made. Shows what I know. Austin says, "You should talk about layering." Yeah, right. I have had some negative moments. And like the thing is, like anytime I'm having a negative moment, I'm just expressing something that I actually believe in. Yeah, but I understand that most people live lives where like people don't do that. Most people live lives where they don't listen to other people's opinions and they don't want to hear anything except what they like to hear and what they agree with. And they surround themselves with those things. So yes, nowadays, especially in America, whenever like a younger person comes up against an idea that is not their idea, or it's not the exact experience they want, they think it's negative. You are not talking exactly in the way I want you to, or saying the polite, gentle things that I want to hear, and therefore you are being negative. Yeah, your definition of negativity is a little different than mine. Wishful, the problem with my car is it doesn't seem to really save on gas. It eats gas like a 4-cylinder would. It doesn't really seem to be an eco sport in the truest sense of the word. I guess I could turn the quest in since it's a timed quest and I'm done with it. Snowflake Society, yeah. Yeah, you can't say anything that people agree with, and and as Alex just highlighted, you can't discuss it at all, because then it's insulting. It's insulting to explain to someone that their view of reality is flawed. It's gonna be a good day. Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, and all I say to people is, like, if you don't like the streams, just go somewhere else. Like, I don't want to subject anybody to ideas, thoughts, or opinions that they don't want to hear. That's not why I'm here. I'm just here hanging out, talking about stuff that comes up in chat, talking about stuff related to the video game that I love, and I will express any opinion on it that I want to. And I will express any opinion I want about the people who say stupid shit in chat. And that's just kind of reality. I haven't tried to make that a big secret, you know? I haven't tried to make it a big secret. I've been pretty honest about how I talk about things and how I handle stuff.
Have a good one. See you later.
And whenever I'm talking about game issues with WoW, I do try to look at both sides of the issue. Even with layering, we talked about both sides. Like we talked about the pros and cons of layering, and we were able to have a discussion. I hardly ever will fixate just on one point of view. Unless someone's just being a true douche nozzle and they're totally wrong, and then I will just focus on the correct point of view. But usually, if we're talking about game stuff, then I usually look at both sides or multiple sides of it. Wishful, what did I think of the Injury Bowl, Steelers versus Browns last night? It was a fun game, not the injuries, but like the sloppiness with which they were playing was fun. I'm never happy to see players get hurt. It always makes me question the sport. It always makes me question if they can come up with some different rules that could help like players not get hurt. Like, I don't really think there should be low tackles at all. I think that if you're going to tackle a guy, you got to tackle him at the waist or above. I don't think you should be tackling someone at their knees. I don't think you should be tackling somebody at their ankles. I think the game needs to be restructured. And if that means the safeties have to gain 50 pounds of muscle because they can't tackle the bigger guys above the waist, then that's what they're going to have to do. Because you shouldn't be tackling somebody at their joints. Like, it's so easy to fold someone's knee. It's so easy to fold someone's ankle when you're hitting them in those spots. So I really wish they'd take a look at the tackle rules and kind of adjust some stuff for the future. So I hate when players get hurt. Yeah, Wishful, I didn't even have to see the actual injury. I had stepped away, and I saw like the fallout of it when I came back. I didn't witness. I heard it was pretty graphic, and I didn't have to witness it, and I don't want to. Yeah, the tackle was at the knees, which I don't agree that you should be able to tackle at the knees. I think the rule should be that if you're going to tackle a guy, you should have to tackle him at the waist or up. Yeah. It was bad. I heard it was really bad. Yeah. Marson says, I'd love to watch you stream PvP on retail. If you wanted to see the most negative stream, then yeah. Yeah, to anybody saying that the stream today is negative, go back and watch my first Dragonflight stream. I think it was titled Trying to Figure Out Endgame. If you want to see a stream that was basically just negativity about how shite the game was, yeah, check that stream out. That'll give you a little bit of perspective when we're having these types of conversations. Blood Moon, good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Anubis, I know it was a legal hit. I don't want it to be. I want the rules to change. I don't want people to be able to tackle people's ankles and knees, because the ankles and knees are gonna fucking break. You're not always gonna break a guy by hitting him waist or above. Like, if you hit somebody in the knees, you're coming at an angle, of course you're gonna hurt them. Of course you're gonna hurt somebody tackling them at the knees. Of course you're gonna hurt somebody tackling them at the ankles. Yeah, right now it's a totally legal move, you know? I don't want it to be. If you're going to tackle somebody with your full force, you're running at somebody, you're 270 pounds or 300 pounds, and you're going to hit a person of equivalent or lesser size, you hit them in the waist or above, or you don't hit them. That's the rule that I would put in. Jack says, did they remake the game? Or is this just players playing a pretend new game in their heads? No, it's people enjoying classic WoW. It's just people having fun in a game that they love. That's all. It'll happen when it's a penalty. It'll happen when it's in the rules that you can't hit somebody below the waist, and they're getting flagged every time they do it, and then it'll change. The whole game would have to change, understandably, but is it not worth it to, like, not have people's careers ended and, like, just untold physical carnage done? I feel like it's worth it to change the rules. I feel like it's worth it to change the rules. I don't know. In the EU we have rugby. That's American football without armor. I think it's played a little differently, but yeah. Yeah. We'll see. Never say never. We'll see. Let's just tackle high. Tackle waist or chest. You're talking about the no helmet to helmet. Yeah, I mean, fine. Then fuck it. Let's not. Let's do flag football. Like, I don't know. I know that people just want to see big guys hitting big guys. Listen, I like the sport too. What I don't like is that, yeah, sometimes because of the way it's played, there are heinous injuries that happen that don't need to happen. There isn't a perfect solution for it if you're looking to keep the sport intact. If you're trying to keep it completely intact, then there isn't a perfect solution to it. Mech suits. They should wear mech suits. Shard plate. They need shard plate or like fucking Iron Man suits. Yeah. And then they can hit each other and blast each other and it won't matter. Yeah, let's invest in the tech tree called mechanized armor for recreational sports. I think that's the way to go. Yeah, let's just totally mechanize it. Put them in full armor suits. Something like that. Yeah, they'd probably rather get hit high, have a little bit of helmet to helmet, and then get your whole knee just disintegrated because somebody tackled you at an angle running super fast and dove at your knees. Like, at least you're both wearing helmets, and like nothing's gonna protect the knee. You know, there's no way to stop if the knee gets hit. There's no way to stop it from bending at an absurd angle. Like, it's just gonna happen. I don't know. Yeah, don't describe it to me anymore. I can't. I didn't see it. I got lucky and I wasn't watching when it happened. I don't want to think about it too much. I get very like squeamishly empathic over that kind of stuff. I don't know. I don't like it. The brain is more important than the knee. I mean, listen, it's all fucking important because we're all human beings. We only have one body and it can only take so much damage. So it's all important. Yeah. Absolutely.
You need something? Safe travels.
I am listening. Hello.
Alright, we'll go kill the crocolisks, and then we'll go after... Oh, we have to talk to the gnome. We'll go after the tools. What is this? Bruiseweed. I probably need that. There's a gnome somewhere. He has a quest for us. Oh, I don't even get to see him because I'm not tracking low-level quest. Okay, good, good, good. We will find him anyway. He's over there somewhere. Then they need bigger guys, Ra. Yeah, I get it. Like, some of those guys can't tackle a guy that big. Get bigger guys. Yeah, you probably wouldn't be able to have, like, little safeties and people who are, like, smaller on defense. Like, you'd probably just have to have bigger guys in every position to tackle the other big guys. I don't know, guys. Like I said, I don't have a solution for it. They're gonna try to change rules at some point. They're gonna have to do something. But, yeah, they're probably not gonna make it, like, they're probably not gonna make those tackles illegal. I don't know. There isn't a solution for it right now. I'm gonna get stuck on crocolis skins for a half hour. Maybe, yeah. If I do that, it'll just be like the quest will be done. I'll just be running around doing it, you know. Briarthorn, I can get Briarthorn. My herbalism is not really up to snuff. It's not as good as it should be. I know, yeah, 180-pound cornerback cannot hit a two. I know, that's why I said get bigger guys. you gotta get a 220-pound cornerback. See, I don't know what else to say. Like, I understand how physics works. If I was 180 pounds, I wouldn't want to hit a guy who was 225 either. But firstly, that's kind of the point. Like, that's kind of the sport. That's kind of what it's about. Secondly, get a bigger guy. You gotta tackle a 220-pound guy? I guess you better be 220 pounds. Or you better have something else going for you. Put 2 men into 1 uniform. Maximize defense. Yes. I think that's what we have to do. Let's go to the gnome first, and then we can go right from this island over to the Trog Island. I'm so happy that I never turned in Defense of the King's Lands. That's great. That's going to be some lost experience by the time I get over to doing that. Now there's a horde patrol. There's like an elite horde patrol through here. I have to like kind of keep my eyes open. I should have been watching more when we were fighting the boars. That was when they really could have got us. Whoops. You think getting rid of turf would solve problems? Because of like traction issues? I think getting rid of turf and having just a big ball pit, like they should play the game in like a big ball pit. Like foamy squares, of a pit full of foam squares. It's bad on the knees. So you would advocate like all natural grass? Yeah, I mean, if you can do natural grass, you should do that. I thought there were reasons why they preferred turf from like a gameplay perspective. It's not something that I know a lot about. Johnny, good luck at hardcore humaning. Be careful out there at Costco. It gets vicious. Your feet stick to the turf. Oh, well that's unusual. But I bet if they were forced to play on real grass, there'd be some people that would bitch that they couldn't get the traction they needed to perform how they want to. They'd be like, oh, my cleats, they always slip on grass. I hate playing on grass. I can't play my best on grass. I feel like there'd be those people. Like, no matter what you do, you're not going to make everybody happy, essentially. Big surprise. No matter what you do or say, not all humans are going to be happy. I know. It's crazy. Yeah, the skins. This is like Skinner Island. If you got your skinning in this range and you gotta level it up, you just come here. But also, it's kind of hyperspawn island, so you have to be careful. Tennis has a variety of turfs. They learn to adjust. They're also not being tackled by 280-pound men. And if they are, it's purely recreational and off the court. It could make tennis more entertaining, yeah. If every once in a while they just loosed a bunch of people who would run out there and try to tackle the tennis players. They open the gates and they like charge out at random intervals just to try to tackle the guy. It would basically make anything more interesting if there was a threat of being tackled. Yeah, exactly, Blood Moon. No matter what, there's going to be a reason why it's not perfect. I understand, like, yeah, like I think about the turf, like is it a harder surface? Like if you land on it, you go down on it, is it much harder than grass would be? I thought they would take measures to kind of make it similar as far as like landing on it would go. Redfire, good morning. Thanks for being here. I guess I always imagined that it was kind of soft and squishy underneath, you know? Like, not like super squishy, but I kind of always imagined there was like some bounce, some give to it or something. Fake grass on top of a rubber pad and concrete. At least they put the rubber pad over the concrete. Could be worse. I just don't know if they're going to be able to say, hey, you guys got to have real grass. That's probably just as unlikely as them saying, hey, you can't tackle anybody below the waist. I'll give you, like, thighs. You just can't tackle someone's fucking knees. At least, I mean, God, I don't know. There's no good way. Yeah, no shot. They still have the rubber pellets, I think, most of the time. You can sometimes see them. You can sometimes see, like, the cleats will kick them up. If somebody, like, lands pretty hard on turf, you'll sometimes see the little rubber pellets, like, stuck to their face and stuff. It's actually kind of funny. Yeah, that's what it seems like. I often see it on the players' faces, and I wonder, like, man, what if one of those little, like, rubber pellets gets into your freaking eyeball? It's not like when dirt gets into your eyes, you just can rinse it out, you know, that like, the dirt will dissolve in water. The little rubber pellet is not water soluble. It's going to be in your eyeball. It's going to be stuck in your eyeball. It's going to suck. That's kind of what I thought when I see it on their faces. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, like, how does it just not go right into your eye? That's horrible. That's terrible. You should wear goggles. Like, why are they not out there wearing goggles? F that. I'm putting goggles on. Oh, God. Alright, hey, see, are we almost done with this? Oh, 5 out of 6. We got the 5 out of 5 meat. We need one more skin. See, this quest is not too bad. Now, granted, we're not getting any kill XP, which is kind of a bummer. Yeah, the great thing about Classic is that you can play it on a microwave oven connected to an Atari powered by a 9-volt battery. Like, it's really easy to run it. I think even like a Nintendo Switch could run it at medium settings. The poor Nintendo Switch. Alright, onward we go. Blood Moon, you picked up one of the Logitech 300 G300 gaming mice? They're really awesome, and they're not really producing new ones, so like, yeah, if anybody wants the Logitech G300, I would say order one soon, because I don't know that they're producing like more runs of it. And I don't know that they have like a... I don't know that they have like an alternative. Oh yeah, is it the 300 or 600? Yeah, I have this one, which I guess I don't remember if it's the 300 or 600. I like having the 12 buttons. To be fair, I only need 6 of them. To be fair, I only need 6 of the buttons, but I like having all 12. But yeah, I don't think they're making my mouse anymore. I don't think they're producing it, and then the price went up. Like, they used to be listed for like $36, and now they're like $60 or $70, which is a little bit pricey. I have the G600. I get confused about all Logitech's little numbers, letters, numerical stuff. It's like, do they need? Does it need to be 600 or 3? Can they bump that down to like 2-digit numbers, or is like a 2-digit number not like emotionally impressive? You don't want to be like, I got the Logitech G60. Does that sound like, or like the G6? Does that sound like unimpressive, so they have to put like multiple layers of numbers? Mike, you paid $50 for yours? Yeah. See, it goes up over time. When I got it, it was like $36 on Amazon. And then now it's like $75 or something. Yeah. And I don't need all 12 buttons, but I'm so comfortable with the mouse now that I worry about ever playing on anything else. I worry about ever having to play on anything else. It's $69.99, Anubis. Nice. Nice. Ah, he just grabbed the bucket. I wonder how quickly these respawn. Ouch, Blood Moon, that sucks. I kind of understand, because before I replaced my keyboard, my prior keyboard was like falling apart. Sometimes my one key would lift off entirely. It would just like fly off. It would literally stick to my finger and just come off the keyboard. Then suddenly I wouldn't have a one key to press. And that almost got me into some situations that were really bad. So yeah, I finally like got the green light to replace the keyboard. Because yeah, malfunctioning equipment can definitely get you killed in hardcore, like without a doubt. And then we have one over on the island. Boop. Yeah, we beat him to it. It'll be back in a couple seconds. We don't have to feel too bad. It's not like he's gonna have to wait long. I made the price of the mouse go up by talking about it. I might have, like, you know, unironically, if I sent half a dozen people to go buy it off the Amazon Marketplace, that would drive the price up, because the Amazon Marketplace really does fluctuate on like supply and demand. So like when there were more, it was cheaper, and then as a handful of people bought them, it probably did get a little bit less cheap. Yeah, unironically, I might have affected the price. It is possible. The moral of the story is don't talk about it and it might go down. Fair. I'll just keep it secret, keep it safe.
Hey! You have a great day now.
Have we run a dungeon? Yeah, we did Dead Mines yesterday. Nothing so far today, but we did our first Dead Mines yesterday and I tanked it. And nobody died, thankfully. Sonnen, off topic, do I like any cardio? Sometimes I run on the treadmill. But yeah, not a lot. My heart rate is always in cardio range while I'm lifting. So cardio range is like 120 or above. And like while I'm lifting, I'm in cardio range that whole time. When I go to the gym, I run on the treadmill. I just do a quick mile before my workout. And then I lift. But when I'm at home, I go for my morning walk with my dog. And then I just keep my heart rate in cardio range throughout the whole lifting session. It obviously doesn't get as high as it does when I'm running, but you know, it stays above 120. A quick mile. Yeah, a quick mile for me is not super quick. What I mean by a quick mile is that I don't push myself to do more than the mile. In my life, if I ever have to run for more than a mile, I'm probably screwed anyway. Something really bad is probably happening if I ever have to run for more than a mile. So when I do run, I just practice the mile. But like, yeah, don't let the language mistake you. It's not fast. It's like a 10-minute mile. I think I got it down to near 8 minutes once. But I am not a fast runner. You'd think with like being tall and like long legs that I'd run fast, but I don't run fast. No. What I don't like about running like at the gym and on the treadmill is like when you're at the gym, you're wearing like your super lightweight running shoes. In the rest of my life, I typically wear boots. So if I ever had to run, I would be wearing boots. And it would not be or feel at all the same. So that's kind of what I hate about spending too much time like running on a treadmill or running at the gym is like it doesn't mimic what's going to actually happen if I actually have to run in real life. Because in real life, I'm going to be wearing boots. And they're going to be quite a bit heavier. Alright, let's see. Yeah, miner's gear. Miner's gear. What am I looking at here? Oh, the miner's gear. Okay. I see. Let's see. I think I maybe have to come down here and turn this in, and then we have to make our way up to the north. Yeah, we're doing a lot of quests that are technically gray. I mean, we're still getting like 600 XP from them. I really don't know if it's worth it. What do you guys think? At this level, do you think doing these level 15 quests is really worth it? Or did we just kind of miss the boat on it? I think I'm going to do these two, but yeah, I kind of worry about like working on too much more gray stuff. No shot hiking boots, yeah. If I'm out walking or I'm like out in the world, I wear my hiking boots. Which are a little bit heavy. I missed the boat, damn. Damn. I'm gonna still do them. They're giving us small amounts of XP. The most bothersome thing is that we're not getting kill experience for the stuff we're fighting while we're doing them. That's kind of like the most heinous part. Leo, you made your first single gold today? Congrats, man. Cherish it. Hold on to it. Don't let it burn a hole in your pocket. I'm gonna turn in the 1. The thing is, it can be gray by 1 level, and you can still get a pretty decent chunk of XP. But I hate fighting the guys that are not at least green. You know, and we have a lot of stuff going on in Darkshore, and maybe I ought to get back to that before I lose all that stuff too. I think that might be a good move. Let's get the 1 turned in. Here's what we'll do. I'll turn in the 1 that I have. I don't think we'll do this one. It doesn't chain into anything else from what I remember. We have this here, which is level 18. That'll last 1 more level. I might be ready to just kind of be done with Lochmodan. Maybe. We'll see. Let's turn this in, and we'll see if the next one is green. If the next one is green, we'll do that before we leave. If it's also gray, then we will move on. And we will get ourselves back over to Darkshore. And we will do all of the green stuff over in Darkshore. Patrick, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. How many deaths in official hardcore? Just 2 warriors. Yeah. We lost warrior number 1 and warrior number 2. We have a mage on the horde side and a rogue on the alliance side, and I'm doing recorded videos with those. So I've kind of moved them over to the recorded series format. And while we're talking about it, I think what I'm going to be doing from now on with the recorded stuff is I'm going to record it throughout the week, and then I'm going to drop those vids over the weekend. And then I'm probably not going to stream on the weekends. I kind of want to be using my weekends to just hang out and do stuff with the family. And so I think what I started doing last night is I recorded some on the mage, and I think every evening I'm going to record a little bit. And then over Saturday and Sunday, I'm going to pop out like 4 or 5 recorded videos. Right now focusing on the rogue and the mage. That is kind of my plan for the recorded stuff. And then that keeps me on like a pretty like even schedule of, you know, streaming weekdays, you know, like 11 to 3. That's kind of what I decided. And then there will probably still be some weekends where like maybe I get on in the evening and I'll still do a little stream, you know? I just don't want to have like a big long stream during the middle of the day. It's kind of stopping me from doing other stuff. It's also stopping me from having a window where it makes sense to put out the recorded stuff. So if I don't stream on the weekends, it frees me up to do weekend stuff, and it also gives me a window to pop out the recorded series without those videos like really crushing my channel metrics like they tend to do when I stream in the same day that I drop one. Leo, you tried to rev it up to 200% and you heard your fans revving up? Yeah. It really depends on what you're running on. Sometimes your fans will kick up for a bit and then they'll kick off after a while though. But yeah, if it's running your rig like hot, then yeah, I'd say don't bother with it. Asmongold streams in the middle of midnight. I'm pretty sure Asmongold's not on like a normal human sleep schedule because he's Asmongold. I think he's kind of like a night owl, isn't he? I don't know. I never watch his streams. Just some of his recorded stuff,
Keep your feet on the ground.
clips and whatnot. Nobody here has a quest for us, so let's just move on. Yeah, like let's just move on from all this. I'm ready to get back over into Darkshore, I think. He was streaming at 3 AM the other day. That probably really works for some people, you know? Yeah, obviously he has a like a reverse sleep schedule, which happens sometimes. It's really easy to have that kind of schedule, like, especially, you know, you don't have kids. You're not living with anybody who's on like a normal schedule. It's really easy to kind of fall into that. I've definitely had times in my 20s when I had a reverse sleep schedule. Back when I used to work at Blockbuster Video in my 20s, like, and live with a roommate, like, yeah, we would stay up. You know, we get out of work at, like, midnight, and you don't go to bed right when you get out of work. So, like, naturally, you stay up till 3 or 4 in the morning, and then you sleep till, like, 1 or 2 in the afternoon the next day. It was cool for a while, but eventually it wears on you, I feel like, after a while. What started to wear on me was, like, in the winter, when you'd wake up at, like, 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and the sun would be going down. In Michigan, the sun sets really early in winter. And so that was the part that started to wear on me, like, just mental health-wise. Why I know that, like, as an adult, I probably could not survive on that kind of schedule, because I think it would get really depressing. It's depressing to wake up and see the sun going down. It's like something unnatural about it. Nice catch, Tim. You got to swing the hammer. And I appreciate that. I don't even have to see it. I might look out of curiosity. I appreciate when something happens in chat and I don't even ever have to be exposed to it unless I want to. That's why I appreciate you guys.
Off with you.
No Shot says, I had a baby. I don't remember sleep schedules at this point. You won't remember a sleep schedule for like 4 years. And even then, it's never going to be the same again, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No Shot, you slept walk? Ooh, rough. I don't think I ever slept walk. I suffer from sleep paralysis episodes sometimes though, so like what would happen to me is it was sleep paralysis episodes. Yeah. Lack of sleep and sleep paralysis. I remember getting to a point where I had slept so little that like it really felt like my body was going to stop functioning. It felt like there was no way that my body could keep doing the things that it had to do every day to continue to live. Because I felt like I was only sleeping, I would sleep from like 6 AM until like 10 or 11. And it was just the worst sleep I ever got. Like when my son was really little, like I could not sleep. I was always obsessed about like checking if he's breathing. Like, he's sounding weird. I have to watch him breathe in his sleep. Like, it was a really bad time for me. Yeah, yeah, it was a really bad time for me. It was the time in my life that I realized, like, that partially I'm completely controlled by anxieties. When I literally just could not sleep. I couldn't sleep till 6:30 or so because that was when my wife would wake up. So once she was awake and starting her day, then I was like, okay, now I can sleep and someone else can watch the baby breathe. Even though she wasn't doing that because she wasn't suffering from the same kinds of anxiety that I was. Because she was a reasonable, rational human, and I was not. And probably still am not. Yeah, no, exactly. No one warns you about shit like that. They tell you it's gonna be hard. They're like, oh, it's rough, but it gets better. It's hard at first, but it gets better. No, it gets better for some people. It gets better for some people, and it doesn't get better for everybody. Because I still kind of have PTSD about evening times. Like, I have a rough time in the evening. Because I literally have PTSD from when my son was very, very little. And so every time evening starts to come on, I just start to get internally, like, uneasy. Which is the opposite of what you want to be doing in the evening, because you want to be relaxing. And yeah, my physiology does not relax in the evenings anymore. Because of those like first few years. Yeah, exactly. You're amazed that he keeps on breathing. It's terrifying. Yes. Yes. You seem to suffer from a very similar type of anxiety to what I suffered from. Yeah. I thought, like, if I look away from him, he's obviously not going to keep breathing, because why would he? It was, like, obviously, like, thoughts that made no sense, you know? Yeah. Human beings are built differently, but we all try to do this, like, similar things in life, and we all try to live our lives in kind of a similar way. Like, you know, we get jobs, we have kids, and, like, some people's anxieties do not, like, work well in all situations. Sometimes you get stronger and, like, you overcome those things, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just continue to suffer from them. Yeah, Genobi, and I feel like that's more normal. Just like going to check every once in a while until you go to sleep. That's probably more of like a normal worry reaction. Or like my reaction was to have him there in his crib in the room, and I would just stay awake and I'd try to read and stay awake like while watching him breathe. Yeah, until I was so tired that, like, literally, like I said, my wife would start to wake up and then I would pass out. Only because I could not keep myself awake anymore. It was rough. And then, you know, it did get better, but I still have, like, remnant anxiety about evening time because of it, which probably doesn't happen to everybody. With a lot of people, like, that time in their life passes, they take a big deep breath, they exhale, they feel better, they're like, oh good, my kid is just he's a kid now, he can go to sleep and I don't have to listen to him breathe. Yeah, most people just kind of move on from it, I think. Anubis, it's rough either way, man. Even when it's something that's your fault, it's like those kinds of things stick with you, and like anxiety is no joke. No matter like what reason you have it for, it's still very, very impactful. And it's impactful on a lot of people. And sometimes people are suffering from like anxiety and they don't really realize that that's what's going on. Yeah, and Tim has a good point as well. Is usually that kind of thing, like you're trying to fix another problem that's going on, and that it may not be just necessarily like a completely recreational thing that you're choosing. It may be a reaction to other stuff, which may also be outside of your control. Alex, yeah, it's kind of the same thing at schools now, especially when you send your kid off to school. You do have to have like these worries now because of all the crap that happens in the world. And it's like the worry is like bigger these days than maybe it used to be. Yeah, sometimes when I drop my kid off at school, I'll just sit in my car in the parking lot for a while. And I just kind of wait. I'm like, everything seems fine. But I wait until everybody else kind of pulls out of the parking lot, and I'm usually one of the last people now to like pull out. Cuz I'm just sitting there waiting, you know. Yeah, Genobi, that makes perfect sense. I still check on my son before I go to bed every night. I still check on him. Same thing in the middle of the night. If I wake up, I'll peek in. And sometimes he wakes up in the middle of the night still, and he'll call out for me just to have me come check on him because he's kind of used to me poking my head and checking on him. I've startled him a couple times. He's kind of a light sleeper, so I've literally poked my head in to check on him and scared the hell out of him. I'm sure that's not helping his anxiety. Like, Dad could poke his head into my room at any moment, startle me awake, and I don't know what's happening. But yeah, I still look in. I probably always will. Yeah, it's scary to send them up. It's one of the reasons why I've thought about giving my kid a cell phone. He's only 8. And I don't really want him to have his own phone yet, but I'm thinking like he's going off to school, like I'm 3 miles away. Like, you know, I don't think anything would happen, but like that's what everybody thinks, that, you know, nothing's gonna happen until something happens. So I've considered like maybe he should have a cell phone in case he has to call me.
I am honored.
I didn't realize our bags were so full. Probably should have taken care of this earlier. Yeah, the problem is, like, if you have that mentality where you worry about your kid all the time, it's never going to change. One day your kid's going to be 20 or 30, and you're probably still going to feel the exact same way. That's kind of what I realized. Is that, like, no matter what, I'm probably always going to feel this way, and it's probably just going to get harder as a child becomes more independent, and like doesn't care anymore about like always checking in with you and stuff like that. It probably gets harder unless you find some way to just like kind of let go a little bit, which is like basically impossible.
May the stars guide you.
And then as they get older, you have other stuff to worry about. It's not always just like their physical safety. Then you have to worry about like the choices they're making in life and stuff like that. So I think all that happens. Like, so when I look back and people were like, "Oh, it's really hard and stressful at first, but it gets easier," I'm like, that's bullshit. It's always hard, and the reasons why it's hard and stressful, they simply change over time. Yeah. So if you're a parent and you're talking to like a potential parent or someone who's contemplating having kids or is having a kid, never tell them that it's hard but it gets easier. Tell them the truth, which is that it starts hard, the middle is hard, it's all hard, and it will be challenging for different reasons. Because that's the truth. It doesn't just get easier to have a kid out in the world.
Hello.
Especially in today's world. Deep ocean, vast sea. I don't think I want to do this quest at all. It involves murlocs, and I just don't think I want to. Oh, you know what I need? You know what I completely forgot about that I knew I was gonna forget? I have items in the bank that are quest items here. I'm pretty sure I have some items in the bank that are quest items here. Huh. Tower of Athlex goes into Ashenvale. Talisman of Corruption. Yeah, I don't know what they are. I don't remember what they were, but I thought I had some items in the bank. For the life of me, I can't remember what they were for. Like, enter the Master Glaive. Okay, we don't need an item for that. Tharnium's Hope. Den Mother. We don't need an item for that. Tower of Athlex, maybe. Yeah, this is the letter. So I have a letter that goes to Ashenvale. That's an item. This right here. Yeah, this is what we need. Fill the empty. I need this item. I'm gonna fly to Darnassus really quick and check the bank. Yeah, Leo, it's crazy. When I was a kid, when I was like 5 or 6, I was already riding my bike like half a mile from home and going to parks with my friends and stuff like that all the time. Like by the time I was 8 or 9, I was riding miles and miles away from my house on my bike with my friends. And like these, ooh, I don't have it. That's so weird. And these days, like, yeah, people don't really let their kids do that. And I can't really imagine my kid like riding his bike a mile away. It would be really unusual. But yeah, when I was a kid, that was just kind of normal. Like we were just out in the neighborhood, like especially if it was like summer, you know, we'd just be out. And the weird thing is people often say like, well, the world is more dangerous now. And I'm like, well, okay, but keep in mind we have cell phones now, which are instant communication. And back in the 80s and 90s, we didn't have cell phones. If I was out there and like broke my ankle, I couldn't call anybody for help. I'd have to figure out how to get help or figure out what needed to happen next. Yeah, home. It was for me. It was always be home before the streetlights come on. Yeah, be home before all the streetlights come on. And besides that, like my parents didn't know exactly where I was. You'd tell them at the beginning, like going to the park with my friends, but you didn't stay at the park all day. You know. All right, now we have an unknown amount of wait time here for the boat. Yeah, the dangers are talked about more. I think the same dangers for kids always existed. And like without cell phones and without instant communication, without everyone in the world having a cell phone, shit was more dangerous. Because when something happened, like people could not always act on it immediately. It's just that we're more, like the negative stuff is put in front of us a lot more now than it ever was before. Wait till he starts driving. Oh, God. Maybe he won't drive. Maybe he'll live somewhere with public trans or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I want him to drive. Jesus. Mark, happy Tuesday, man. Thanks for being here. Now you've mentioned pizza. Now I'm getting hungry. I'm during my interval fasting period whereby I don't eat for 2 hours. That's fasting, right? A 2-hour break from eating sounds like fasting to me. Leo, I fell off my bike so many times and had so many wipeouts and like terrible things that happened to me. Like, yeah, you'd get up and like you'd dust yourself off, bleed a little bit. We when they would dig new housing projects, we'd go up on the dirt mounds and we'd ride down into the dugout basements, and like the hills would be like, it's like a 75 or 80 degree angle, and we would just get our bikes to the top of the dirt hill and just ride right down into where they were digging out basements. Half the time you flip head over ass over your handlebars. Like that's what happened to you half the time. But the weird thing is you'd pull yourself out, you'd go do it again. And you would do that until like someone chased you out of the construction site, you know? Yeah, it's like you didn't have an idea or fear of death. Yeah, you didn't even know that it was possible, right? Like, yeah, so many times that we did stupid stuff that, like, looking back, was incredibly dangerous. Yeah. We like to climb on top of school buildings. Like, we'd find ways to shimmy up and climb up on top of school buildings, and then we would jump gaps between, like, parts of the buildings. And they probably weren't, like, big gaps. But, yeah, I remember as, like, a 7-year-old climbing up on this school building that was around the block from us. We would climb up there, we'd hang out, we'd jump the gaps between the different parts of the buildings and stuff till the janitors would hear our feet. They'd come out and chase us down. All kinds of crazy stuff. Like, I was climbing up on school buildings. I don't even know if my kid can climb a fence. Like, it's really weird. But that was just the shit that we did. We were just out in the neighborhood doing stuff. And, like, none of it was malicious. But, yeah, they don't want kids climbing on school buildings. Obviously, we knew that. Yeah, I'm not sure how I didn't get killed on my bike also. I think of all the times I flipped out, flipped over, flew over the handlebars. Like, I think, like, how did I never break my neck? All the stupid stuff I didn't suffer any permanent injuries. It seems like, looking back, it seems impossible. You know? I had mountain bikes mostly growing up. Yeah, because we rode distance a lot. Sometimes I'd have, like, you know, you get new bikes throughout your life. So a couple times I had BMX style bikes. But I always kind of preferred mountain bikes. Maybe because I was lazy, I liked being able to switch the gears, you know, and make it easier to start going at first and stuff like that. But like a mountain bike is not really a bike that you should be doing jumps on, and that was like all we did on our bikes was jumps. Like we'd make ramps, we'd find natural ramps, and we'd jump, we'd fly off the bikes. Like, this is bad. Yeah, we didn't wear helmets. No, you didn't wear a helmet if in the 90s on your bike, no. Like, they didn't start talking about helmets until, like, much later. And they're like, oh, damn, maybe kids should wear helmets. Oh, do you think? Do you think maybe they should wear a helmet? Ooh. I have anxiety because of my life as a child. Yeah, I look back at all the times I should have died, and I have, like, anxiety. I don't have anxiety for myself, usually. A lot of my anxiety is centered around other stuff. Like, I don't have... in my adult life, I don't have anxiety for my physical safety. Otherwise, I'd say that you're right. Yeah, all the times that I should have died and didn't. Karen says, my bike had no handlebars. Fair. Seems dangerous. Seems hard to control. The only time we rollerbladed was when we were playing street hockey. Yeah, where I was from, like, we played roller hockey in the streets. So, like, we didn't, like, rollerblade to, like, travel through neighborhoods and stuff, because that was, like, really inefficient. But we did strap on the rollerblades to play street hockey. Or if we were going to, like, the skating rink, you know. But, like, we didn't use rollerblades to, like, get around the neighborhood. That was always, like, you'd see somebody doing that in the 90s, you'd kind of make fun of them. Be like, where's your bike? You don't got a bike? You're not going to get anywhere on those blades. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get you, Nate. No, I wish my son would do some of the stuff that I did. He doesn't like riding a bike. He doesn't like playing outside. He doesn't want to explore away from the house. Like, he has some kind of anxiety. Like, I wish that he would do those things, and I've tried to encourage him doing those things. Like, going out, riding his bike, riding the scooter up and down the street, but he doesn't have, like, a big interest in it. He doesn't have a big interest in it. So I think that he has, like, as a 8-year-old, I think he has anxieties that I didn't have. I wasn't smart when I was 8. Like, he's really smart, and he knows a lot of stuff. And I think when you're smart and you know stuff, you have anxiety. And the reason I didn't have anxiety or fear as a kid, because I was stupid and I didn't know anything. Unfortunately, my kid got smart before he did a bunch of stupid stuff. So now I think he avoids doing stupid stuff because he's smarter than I was at that age. So it's like a double-edged sword. Yeah, ignorance is bliss, yeah. He's too smart to go do all the stupid stuff that you would think like an 8-year-old, 9-year-old would want to go do. Alright, the bank is right here, right? I think the bank is relatively close. Here we go. We got the filled cleansing bowl. And we have whatever this is. I don't know what this is. I'm going to grab it. I think we need it for the quest down by the southern part of the zone. So yeah, we'll just grab those. I broke my arm once, my forearm. On my right arm. That was the only time I ever broke anything as a kid. Which, like I said, it's incredible that that's the case because of all the stuff that happened to me. That the only thing and that was like falling off a fence. It was like the stupidest way to break my arm. I was climbing like a 10-foot fence and I just fell and I hit the ground with my arm to brace myself, and that somehow broke my arm. Yeah, all the times I flew off my bike, like flipped over the handlebars, like Nothing happened. But I fell off a fence, climbing over a fence, and broke my arm. I was in 4th grade. So I was, how old would I have been? Like 10. I would have been like 10. Yeah, I felt really lame about it. I felt lame about like how it happened, that it happened at all, that I needed a cast. Like, it just felt stupid. Oh, I've rolled my ankle lots of times. That's part of the reason why everywhere I go, I try to wear boots out of the house if I'm like walking. If I'm gonna be walking any kind of distance, I wear boots because like I've rolled my ankle too many times. It sucks. Yeah, people get to sign the cast, yeah. It's like, yeah, you're like a celebrity for a day, like the first day you have a cast on. It's like when you're in school, it's like a weird thing. Yeah, it is embarrassing to be on a hike and then just to simply roll your ankle and then not be able to really walk functionally after that. Yes. Yeah, that's why hiking boots. Yeah, high top. Cuz like I find that there have been so many times of wearing my boots that I would have rolled my ankle really badly, but it didn't happen cuz the boot was like keeping my ankle firm. But yeah, so many times while hiking and while just walking, I've done the motion of what would have rolled an ankle, but since I have my boots on, the boots saved my ankle. Yeah. That was like part of what I was thinking about earlier when I said it's annoying to go running, but to wear running shoes, because if I'm ever actually running, I'm not going to be wearing running shoes. Because I'll roll my ankle. Like, that's what will happen on real terrain. Let's see. So, what is this? Fruit sand. We can maybe do this. And then we have a bunch of stuff down here to the south. More sea turtles. Yeah, okay, let's go check this out. Mike, your son asked to play WoW? Is he of an appropriate age? And what did you say? My kid's not of an appropriate age, but he has played WoW. Only occasionally. Galarek, that sounds terrifying, but also amazing. Well, not the fractured femur part, yeah. Yeah. World of Warcraft at 11? What I've liked about, like, what I do for my son is, like, I set up the immersion mode tab, you know, where he doesn't see, like, any communications from other people. You know, so he doesn't get to see general chat or anything. No one can whisper him, no one can send, and I'm usually nearby anyway. But yeah, I make sure that, like, when he plays, he plays with the immersion tab on so that no one can communicate with him. He's not trying to communicate or read the bullshit in general and stuff like that. But the problem is, like, he doesn't know that that's set up that way. He doesn't know that he can come over to the tabs and he can tab through them. And so, like, my worry about, like, an older kid is, like, not the game itself. I feel like the game itself is fine. You know, kids get exposed to more violent shit watching, like, PG movies. But what I worry about in an online game is just, like, the interactions and the things that a kid might read in general chat. That's, like, my biggest concern. That's what makes, like, you know, WoW, like, an inappropriate game for kids, mainly. Is that, like, yeah, there's violence and monsters and whatever. But mainly, it's the interactions with the other humans that make it really foul. Yeah, if you're playing together, then absolutely. I don't think there's any, like, content in the game that's, like, not super appropriate. It's just, like, simulated fantasy violence. It's not even, like, very graphic. There's not even really, like, blood, you know. Some of the quest lines are pretty dark, but you'd have to be reading the quest. The main problem is other humans. Like, I don't often look at general chat, but when I do look at general chat, I kind of wonder how, like, every fourth person in general chat is not reported and banned. Like, every time I see the cesspool that is general chat, I'm like, oh my god. People put that into an open forum? Oh my god. I'm generally pretty astonished. In general chat often is like, it's a competition to like often say the most heinous thing. Like, what's the most awful thing I can say? And then someone tries to one-up it. Dear lord. Alright, so here we are. We are at a place. We have a thing. Blackwood fruit sample. Okay, a fruit sample. Of course, the fruit samples. Yeah, obviously. I've never done this quest. Grain sample. Nut sample. I'm a 12-year-old. Fruit sample. Here we go. Okay, barrel of milk. Not what we're looking for. Barrels of, I'm surprised Blizzard didn't go through and delete all the barrels of milk in the game. I have been given some delicious homemade soup of a cheesy variety, thanks to my wife, and I'm going to be eating this soup soonish. Okay, here we go, here we go. It's a barrel of fruit. Alright, what do we do next? Oh god, what's going on here? This guy looks crazed. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he's doing it. I don't really like it. I'm not a fan. I need the grain sample. Are they making me get these in like a specific order? Is that what's happening? No, here's the nut stores. Everyone likes a good nut store. I just wasn't looking at the right things, yeah. I was looking at like the little brown sack on the ground, and I thought maybe that would hold the grain, but no, it's these big barrels. All the items are the same item. That's what I didn't realize. Alright, now that we have all that stuff, now we use the item. But we need to be at the north bonfire, right where we saw the guy running laps, I guess. Yeah, I guess we need to go where he's running laps. What happens if he's already out? Like, can I just kill him? I'm gonna have to kill him anyway, even to get at the bonfire. Oh, he dropped. Oh, hi there. How are you? Oh, there we go. That's it. Oh, we didn't even. I didn't even have to use my item because someone else had summoned him out. Here, I'll place it to get rid of it. I hope this gets rid of it. Okay, good. Okay, now we're out. All right, that is done. We have Moonstalkers, but I think I can get them down in the south as well. And then I have the Den Mother. Do I want to take on the Den Mother? It's not an elite quest. Alright, while I make my way over to this questionable quest, I am going to go camera dark, and I'm going to eat. I will try to stay muted this time, so you don't hear me slurping my soup. Yeah, I'm gonna eat some food. I will see you guys on the flip side. it didn't feel really good to like go kill the dead mother and her babies. And I wonder why. Why did we do that?
Hello. Goddess, watch over you. Till next moment.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We killed a bear and some baby cubs. Don't think about it too much. Maybe we can do this one. Yeah, at level 22, I should be able to deal with this,
Well
right?
met. Keep your
I
feet
kind
on the
of don't
ground.
want to lose the quest.
What can I do for you? Be good.
Sizzler, good afternoon. Thanks for being here. Look, Carol says, look on the bright side. You didn't orphan any baby bears. Yeah, I guess it would be worse to like just kill the mother and leave them alive, right? Assuming they can't take care of themselves yet. Yeah, I should have read the quest to see like why we were doing it. So I don't remember. Bring a core gem. A core gem, okay.
May the stars guide you.
We are getting into lots of quests here that I've never done before. So, yeah. Oh, we have a quest up here at level 20 that I've never done. Gyromast's Revival, or Retrieval even. Okay, where? Oh, out here, okay. Let's go do that one. The Sizzler, am I hardwired or Wi-Fi? Oh, I'm hardwired, my man. Yeah, I wouldn't try to stream. I don't think I would try to stream on Wi-Fi. Not at the bit rates I try to put out. Yeah, if you're gonna do any kind of like streaming or anything, I would basically recommend like if you're playing online games to always be hardlined in, if you can be. You know, sometimes you can't be hardlined in, but yeah, I prefer that. I prefer my consoles to be hardlined too. Right now, my Xbox is on Wi-Fi and I hate it. I gotta get a hardline to it. We moved the furniture around in the living room, and now I don't have it hardlined in, and that's incredibly annoying to me. Speaking of bitrate, I need to up my bitrate. There we go. Yeah, I don't game. I don't multiplayer game over Wi-Fi, and I don't use wireless mice or keyboards. Because in my history, I've seen people do both of those things, and it usually ends in some kind of heartbreak. Steven, the quests up there are dangerous? Yeah, I might not do them right now. We might wait till they're green. I might in fact wait till they're green. Yes, you lost a 31 priest. Yeah, I would never risk it with Wi-Fi or wireless stuff. I feel like it's probably gonna be down here, isn't it? Yeah, here we go. Chances of dying down here due to like, you know, drowning, pretty good. Pretty good chance. This is a little bit scary. The Murlocs are fine. We're not even aggroing the Murlocs. It's mainly the whole drowning thing that I'm not cool with. I didn't realize these guys were such a low level. Level 13. We probably could have done this a while ago. Is there a reason why this is a level 17 quest when we're going up against level 13 guys? Are the guys over here going to be higher level? Seems a little bit weird. I am doing this crappy quest. Yeah, it seems really easy at this point, though. Unless there's like something I don't know about it. I mean, these guys are gray. Like, I'm not even gonna fight them, I don't think. Then again, here we go, here we go. Alright, shit. Well, this is gonna take a second. Yeah, I don't like how low we are on breath, that's true. That dude's out. While he's out, I'm gonna try to grab this. And then we are gonna get out. And we'll deal with him once we get up here. We'll deal with him and whoever else he's brought to the party. But we have to get we have to get to the air. Oh, come on. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Alright, now where are they? Why are they hitting me if I can't hit them? That's my question. I thought there should be one more somewhere. I don't know where he is. Oh, he gave up at some point. There we go. Oh, okay. Steven, you got stuck one time? That sounds bad. Yeah, I still need to get some water breathing potions, just for life in general. It feels like anytime you're doing an underwater quest in hardcore, you should probably have some potions. It would be a really, really good idea. The only reason it was fine was because we were such a higher level, you know? Even if he had aggroed like 3 of his friends, we still would have been okay. Yeah, me either. I typically hate underwater combat. In general, I've always hated having to fight underwater. I can't tell distances very well, like my depth perception is off. Ironically, the deeper I get in the water, the more I can't tell like how far away something is. I don't know why I find it so difficult. I'm really not looking forward to the Cataclysm underwater zone. You know, the zone that you start with. it's like the first zone you go to. I was not a big fan of that one, and I'm probably not going to be a big fan of it this time around either. These guys run too fast, like I'm not even interested in following him right now, like he can come back in his own time. Or he can just never come back. There, he came back to get killed. Okay, perfect. He couldn't even find any friends on the way, which is really sad. John, I'm doing well today. Thanks for asking. It has been a good day. Johnny, that was a really fast Costco trip, though. I think that was like as like best case scenario as you can hope for is to already be done with it. I feel like, yeah, it's been like what, like an hour? An hour is a pretty good turnaround, man. You could have been stuck there for hours. Think about it that way. Yeah, there have been a lot of 60 dings today. More and more people are hitting 60. I'd like to see some numbers. They were posting stats for a while. Maybe they're still posting the stats in like tweets. I'm not on Twitter, so maybe they're actively posting stuff, and I just don't see any of it. I feel like we should get like weekly numbers. I want weekly numbers on how many characters have died. I want weekly numbers. I want it to be broken out by class. I want weekly numbers on how many people have hit 60. Like, I want it to be like a weekly thing we get every week, where they give us like a whole readout, you know? Sizzler, these days you usually just have like, if it's home internet these days, you usually have like one gateway. You usually have a gateway, you know, and you just go away from that. You could have a router to like split stuff in more directions, but typically like a gateway through any ISP is going to have at least 4 ports in the back of it that you can run hardlines from. So you don't really need a router most of the time for like home internet. Having a router at home kind of hails from the time when like your modem only had like one output. So if you wanted like 4 computers on a hardline, you'd have to run the modem to the router, and then the router would split the hardline 4 ways. But most ISP gateways now, they have at least 4 ports for like 4 different devices to hardline into. Like I have 2 computers in the office, and the gateway's in the office, and both computers are hardlined right into the gateway.
See you soon. Safe travels. Be good.
Yeah, and a lot of times like they just call it the gateway now. Like it's technically the modem, I guess. But since it doesn't really dial anything, it's not really a modem. It's just your internet gateway. Is like the terminology for like the home internet box. It's right down here in my office, so like the modem is against the wall behind me. And no, I have the cables running like just to the computers because I'm so close. I don't have any ports on the walls down here. And then for upstairs, I bring it through the ceiling of the basement up through a corner of the floor upstairs. But no, I do not have the ports installed in the walls. I'm not quite that fancy. And I only need the 2 lines down here and then the 1 line that I've run up into the living room. So my needs are fairly minimal. We got lag. We'll let it balance out. It's because I bumped my bitrate up. I should know better. Back down to 15,000. Back down to 15,000 we go. They really hate it now when I do 20 megabit bitrate, which is what I prefer for the quality of the videos. They really hate it. I'll put it back to 15. There we go. Yep. I'll let it hang for a minute here. Let me know when you guys are good. It's green on my end. Everything here looks fine. It's not my bits. It's the dwarf's bits. My bits are intact. Are we basically good now? It's still green, so like, yeah, we should be okay. It looks fine now. Seems stable. Alright, there we go. Yeah, if you're still having problems, I'd say go ahead and reload.
Stars guide you.
'Cause everything's fine on this end.
Illuminate your path.
Alright, I guess we're going south now. I guess we are going south. Let me see. Alright. I could probably just take the road. I don't think a lot of the stuff up here at least is going to even give us kill XP, so until we are around some like higher level enemies, I might as well be on the road. Greetings from Michigan. Welcome to the stream. Tom, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Thanks for hanging out and being here. God, the play-by-play of WoW? Yeah. Right. A lot of times, like, the sound effects can give you the play-by-play. You know, like, we're skinning, we're fighting a monster, we're swinging the weapon. Now, admittedly, I keep the sound effects kind of low. It says that we can get this quest objective over here, but I haven't seen any Moonstalkers to speak of. The bears countered. We could do the combat log play-by-play. Yeah. Melee attack swing for 13 physical. Blocked for 1 physical. Yeah, I don't think anybody wants to hear that. I feel like we should have a quest to come deal with these guys. But to my knowledge, we don't. Here we go. Speaking of woolen bandages, yeah, I'm, whoa, 39. I'm gonna craft a couple of them. We're not gonna craft 39 of them. But we are taking small bits of damage, and it might be helpful to have a couple of them crafted. I know, but healing costs mana. Yeah. I could heal, but it costs mana. We've been doing very good. The only time we've really had to drink water was in the dungeon run. I haven't had to really drink out in the world at all. I'm assuming it can't stay that way forever, but since I'm not weaving in the other seal, we're not weaving in Seal of the Crusader, it's just been pretty mana efficient. Z Crocodile says, there's a level 22 rare spawn named Lady Vespia on the western shore of Ashenvale. Why don't you go hunt her down? It'd be very entertaining. Whenever somebody comes into the stream and they tell me to go look for a mob and they tell me it'd be very entertaining, I kind of get the idea that what you mean is that it would be very likely that I could get killed. I can read between those lines. Yep. I see what you're doing. What server are we on? This is the Defias Pillager server. A turkey, you like my posture? Okay, okay. Fair. I have pretty good posture, it's true. What I found in life is that there are consequences for not having good posture, so I kind of work at it. We're gonna let him come back. Any close calls yet on the Paladin? No. I don't think so. Guys, have we had any close calls? I can't remember any. No, nothing that sticks in my mind. We've been playing it pretty safe. We've been doing a lot of green quests. And we've been pretty well ahead of the leveling curve, so... everything's been pretty by the book. I know I shouldn't say that, but that's how it's been so far. I think we're about to do some more dangerous stuff, though. We're gonna go into the Master's Glaive, which is an area that I don't know. I don't know this part of Dark Shore at all. I've never done these quests. And yeah... I should have grabbed Absent-Minded Prospector, shouldn't I? Damn, that hurts. I'm pretty sure he's over here somewhere. Yeah, I should have grabbed this level 20 quest, because I'm pretty sure it's like somewhere in this area. Ugh. Oh well. Not a big deal, I guess. Turkey? Not a relevant question. Can you smell me even from there? Aw. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I shouldn't engage the trolls. It probably was a sincere question, but it might rank up there with some like the weirder stuff I've been asked. When I get asked weird questions, I just wish they could be interesting. Yeah. Like I don't mind answering weird stuff, but not if it's just silly stupid. Don't do the Prospector quest alone. It's an elite quest. Oh. Thank you guys. I wish I could tweak track Herbalism to not show me stuff that's not going to give me a skill up. Like right now I want to see stuff that's going to give me a skill up, and like the Silver Leaf and the Peace Bloom is not going to do that. It's just a ton of mobs. I'll hold off on it. I mean, I'm gonna do it at some point, but we'll hold off for now. What I really need is like, I need more cats. I gotta kill these guys. If I kill these guys, maybe they spawn back in as cats. Still weird and boring. Yeah. It's not doing anything for me. Oh, that's interesting. This guy is marked as this one's pet, which is kind of strange, kind of weird. I get it. They're linked together. That's cool. And maybe I should lost one, but I don't want to. Maybe I should. I grab the ones that I come across naturally, but if it's a little bit out of my way and it's like Silverleaf, I don't really care. I can be lazy like that sometimes. The lower level herbs sell for nothing on the auction house, and they vendor for less than nothing, so it doesn't really matter too much. Like basically, I could vendor a stack for 2 silver, or I could auction house it for 2 silver and 50 copper. It's a small margin of profit. Can I raise a single eyebrow? I don't know. Not without lowering the other one. Yeah, Jason, that's why I've been mainly trying to target stuff that's going to give me a skill up. Because I'm more interested in keeping it skilled up so that I can get the higher level herbs than I am grabbing every little thing. Like, right now especially, I've been really, like, hunting for the ones that I know are going to give me skill ups. We passed the 100 threshold, which I think got us into another set of herbs. So that's good. Lost one. I'm not doing alchemy though. Yeah, I'm only doing herbalism and skinning. But to your point, like purchasing some swiftness potions might be a good idea. But yeah, all the elixirs that I have, we bought all this stuff on the auction house. We have skinning and herbalism. No, I'm just skinning. I don't do production professions anymore in hardcore because I'm bad about keeping them going. So I like to do skinning and I like to do herbalism with the express intention to just vendor everything I get. Yeah. Shadow, which faction do I enjoy more? Right now I've been digging Alliance more. I kind of vibe with more of the Alliance leveling zones and questing than I do the Horde side. But keep in mind, I played Horde side almost exclusively until Classic came out in 2019. So I kind of had my fill of the Horde. I still like a lot of the Horde zones, like the Barrens is one of my favorite zones. But recently I've been leaning towards Alliance side. I'm not quite an Alliance Andy yet. But there is potential. You know, that talking about the swiftness potion reminds me there was that talent in Ret. Ah, yeah, Pursuit of Justice. 8% increase to movement speed. We had this on our other paladin, and I feel like it helped out quite a bit. Maybe we will grab this after we take 5 points in deflection. Yeah, I think we might grab this. It says it does not stack with other movement speed increasing effects. So, I'm not sure. Probably not. It might not stack with the boot enchantment. I think it's like an either or, it seems. Alright, so that one's done. Now we're going over to enter the Master Glaive. Okay. Alright, we're not doing... Oh, this one's the Elite quest. Okay, we're not doing that. Yeah, I think we're coming over here now. I've never been in this little area, so all I know is there are Twilight Cultist guys down here. I don't know anything else about what to expect. Obviously, they must drop an item that starts a quest. That seems pretty apparent. But other than that, I don't know what I'm getting into. I would like to know where the way out is, so maybe I don't jump down quite yet. Yeah, knowing how I'm supposed to get out of here would be good. Here we go. Alright, so we have an item. It has 5 charges. Gather information. Okay, sure. Oh, gather information. Of course! I've gathered so much information in Classic. I know exactly how to do that. Then use the vial of scrying to create a scrying bowl. Use the bowl to speak with Onu. I don't know what the hell this wants me to do. Oh god, take the file of scrying. Use it to create a scrying bowl after searching the master's glaive. Oh, okay. Do I just have to get like an investigation ping? Use the item on the ground, then get the follow-up which has you get the book in the middle. Okay, so I'm looking for an item on the ground? Oh, I see. I mean, I'm in the Master's Glaive. I'm literally, it literally says the Master's Glaive. What other criteria am I supposed to use to determine when I should put the item down? Because I can only do it 4 more times. This is the item from my inventory. It's just here in Questie. Yeah. Like, no, I don't get it. If this didn't do it, then I don't understand. I'm gonna work my way a little bit deeper in, and I'm gonna lay another one down in 1 minute and 4 seconds and see. I need to be closer, right? So I do need to wait for a ping, even though I'm where it says I need to be. It's a little bit misleading. Just a little bit misleading. Let's try to get closer. It would help if I can clear all this shit off the map. I could actually see it. But apparently we are also maybe looking for an item off one of these guys. By the altar. Okay, I'll try it by the altar. Questie probably does mark where I need to go, but because it's shrouded by all of these other exclamation points indicating every single mob that exists here, I can't see anything, so... and now I don't have the item. Like, I don't know. Oh god, okay, here it is. Okay, good. Find a clue. Okay, find a clue. And the clue is the book. It's starting to come together. The dwarves I'm killing think my character is beautiful. Everybody thinks my character is beautiful because she is. So, yeah. Alright, so I got insane scribbles. Yeah, insane scribbles. Makes sense. Okay, so this is done. What's this other thing I'm seeing? What is this? Fairy Loon's escape and the powers below. Do I need to kill these guys for a while until they drop a quest item to start the powers below quest? Is that what we're looking at here? Clue is the book, yep, and the escort quest is here, but what about this other thing? Oh, bring the book, the powers below. Okay, so wait, was that not the book? That was insane scribbles. Where am I getting this book? Is it gonna drop off of somebody? I'm gonna kill things for a while, and we'll see. And then we're gonna be here for a while, yeah. They're giving kill XP, so I'm gonna fight them until they drop the book. Oh, a full heal. That's awesome, a full heal. Perfect. Yeah, Onu's the big tree guy, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that part I get. Now it all makes perfect sense. Now we just have to get the item, and then I'll do the escort quest. We grabbed the book on the altar. The book on the altar was for the insane scribbles. So yeah, the book on the altar gave us this. That's quest complete, goes back to the big tree guy. What we're doing now is that these guys have a chance to drop something called the Book of Powers. Or something. And so we're trying to get that to drop. And then somewhere in this thing there is an escort. Because maybe there's an interior to this. Worst drop rate ever? Good. Alex, these guys killed your druid? Oh, F these guys. Yeah, no, I'm gonna kill every single one of them over and over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah. There will be payback by the time we get this quest item. Because yeah, I'm gonna kill them over and over again. Something knocked me down. That was a little weird. I don't know what knocked me down. I saw an arm come out of the ground. That was a little bit disconcerting. Yeah, I didn't really care for that. John, it took you 80 guys. That's good. It sounds like that'll get me to level 23. Happily, they're respawning for us really, really fast. And they're dropping lots of wool. What's the one-hander? This is an item we got on the auction house. Yeah, it is really good. I'm happy you noticed. It's the diamond hammer. Very, very powerful, equipable at level. So we've had it for 2 levels now. And we'll probably have it till we're like level 25 or 26. And then we will shop for something better. Yeah, the crits are big. You know, the biggest part of it is that we're going out of our way to mainly be fighting green enemies. So we probably wouldn't be getting as many crits if we were fighting, like, stuff closer to our level. But the crits are very fun. Doom, when will they kill me? Not today. And you know what? Like, I just haven't really gotten a good vibe. Let's just do this. I think I'm good. Am I gonna do BFD? Yeah, eventually, Jonathan. Probably not today. But yeah, we will do BFD. I want to be a little bit of a higher level, I think. I'd like to do Dead Mines again, but I don't think it's gonna happen today, though. We haven't had a lot of people online today. So yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna have time for it today. We'll try to do it tomorrow. We'll tentatively say last Dead Mines run tomorrow, and then like pretty soon after that we'll probably be ready to do BFD. What level is BFD? 24 to 32. Okay, 24 to 32. Christ. All right. I want to be what? Like level 28? Level 28 to do BFD? Atlas loot. Not a good place to be doing this, I guess. Let's see. Black Fathom Deeps. Last boss. Level 26 item. So I want to be level 26. Yeah, at level 26 or 27 we'll think about doing BFD. SFK. Oh, fuck. Damn. Yeah, we are in range to do SFK, aren't we? You know how that went last time though, man. Yeah, like, do I want to do SFK? I'd like to have a shot at the shield. I'd like to have a shot at the blue shield. You know, the blues don't really drop in SFK in Classic, but, you know, there is a chance to get that blue shield. Maybe. We gotta have people willing to do it, you know? Or we could pug some people. Maybe if somebody dies, maybe it's one of the pugs this time, you know? Maybe it doesn't have to be you that dies, Alex. Maybe we pug a few spots. Maybe somebody else bites it. When we do SFK, we're gonna do the last boss fight the normal way. I'm gonna tank him up on the platform, and I'm gonna jump down whenever he mind controls or starts firing shadow bullets. I'm gonna jump down, and then we'll run him back up, and rinse repeat. The last boss is 28. That's cool. Yeah, like 26 or 27 will be fine then. I like to look at the equipable level of the gear. The equipable level of the gear tells me that I could do it at that level, and it would be like might be a challenge, but that we could do it and we would be fine. I don't want to be too high of a level, you know. Yeah, maybe we don't do Dead Mines again then. Maybe we plan for an SFK run. Maybe we plan for that. Am I good to tank SFK? Nah, not yet. Not at level 22, right? I probably got a little bit to go. Where am I looking here? Here we go. Yeah, 22 to 30. Okay, so like 25 or 26. Oh, look, it's the escort. I don't really want to grab the escort yet because I haven't got my item. But if I don't grab the escort, there's a chance that someone else is going to grab it. Maybe we do the escort and we come back. Do I escort her over to where Onu is? That would be cool. Yeah, we'll see. If tomorrow we want to put one together, I'll do it. You know, I'll do a dungeon anytime somebody else wants to put a group together and invite me to it, you know? Like, I don't mind. Today I don't have time left, because I have about an hour before I have a hard stop. But, yeah, anytime tomorrow, if you want to put a run together, man, like, I'll tank it. Like, I don't mind. And, yeah, and maybe level 26, I'll be ready to tank SFK. And then we can do BFD at 27 or 28. Did I lose my girl? Did she just run a different way, or what happened exactly? Shit. Okay, here she is. I assumed she was gonna go the way I wanted her to go, and that didn't work out.
What is nature's
She's still alive. That was not the button I wanted. I wanted to put a heal on her. And, yeah, that didn't quite work.
the great
Oh, she healed up pretty quickly. I didn't quite forget about it, Joel. I thought she was going to head the way I was going. I just kind of made an assumption about her movement that was totally not true. Yeah. Anubis, more rogue videos? The weekend, man, the weekend. Yeah. What I'm doing is I'm recording some of the immersive stuff in the evenings, And I plan to put them up over the weekend, because I don't plan to stream on the weekends going forward. I'm like losing time that I should be spending with my family doing family stuff. And so I'm recording the Rogue and the Mage in the evenings, and I'm going to put those up Saturday, Sunday. I'll probably put like 2 or 3 of them up a day. Saturday, Sunday. Yep, and the recordings are going to be focusing on the Forsaken Mage and the Rogue.
Is there trouble?
Oh, that was actually really easy. Yeah, she didn't go far at all. That's perfect. Probably one of the shortest escort quests in the game, Alex. Yeah, it really felt that way. I was actually kind of shocked. I thought she'd want us to get her back over here, to where Onu's at, and I thought even that would be pretty short, you know? She just wanted to get out of this hellhole. That's all she wanted. Oh, I see now what this is. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I just had like a weird side angle. I see now that it's like a skull of an old god. It makes a little more sense. I don't know what's the deal, like maybe the tentacles turned into fossils? It's like, what, a fossilized tentacle? That's a little bit weird. I saw it from the side, it looks like a seashell. I was like, oh, look, I thought it was like its back or something coming out of the ground, but no, it's its face. Yeah, from the side I couldn't tell what part of the thing it was. Now I understand that it's the skull. Ish. It's horns? You think so? I read it, you know, because like old gods are like Cthulhu and stuff, typically. I read it as tentacles. What do you guys think? Tentacles or horns? Tentacles or horns? I see tentacles. Because they're not... yeah, I don't know. Maybe horns. I see tentacles. Maybe I'm just seeing tentacles where there aren't any. Yeah, because the old gods are usually like Cthulhu-esque in the lore. At least a lot of them tend to be. We got a couple votes for horns. They're not... I don't even think that they're connecting at the same spot. That would be a pretty wicked horn to like undulate like this. It seems kind of weird. I gotta go with tentacles. You guys can Google it, but I'm pretty sure that I'm right about this. And where they're coming out of it, guys, if it was something like that, it wouldn't be horns, they would be tusks. Because if they're coming out from below the jaw, like it looks like it could be, those would be tusks. Whereas horns come out of the top of the skull has a giant sword in it. So it's not horns for sure, it's either tusks or it's tentacles. Because of their uneven nature, like how they're kind of stuck mid-writhe, I have to stick with tentacles on this, yeah. Okay, do we have any tentacle experts in here? Kate sees tentacles? Yeah, I think tentacles have it. I think tentacles have it. What's with the book? Which book? The book over here? We already picked it up for a quest. If we're talking about these books. Oh, you mean how it's tripping us? Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. That's one of the coolest interactions I've seen in the game. It seems like whenever you come by this, something comes out of the book and grabs you. At least it's not a tentacle that comes out and grabs us. Although, you know, there's an audience for that too. Oh gosh. It's gonna keep slapping us every time we get close. What's the cooldown on it? Oh, it's at least a couple second cooldown. El Capitan, you got killed for the first time? Yeah, how's it feel? It doesn't feel good. It feels better at a lower level. You're like, okay, level 9, I can do this. But now you know, like, you have to get a character killed to know if you're gonna be a hardcore player. Like, until you get a character killed off and you see what it feels like, you don't really know. This book right here, Kate. See how it pops out and slaps us? Every time we walk by this thing, a hand comes out and slaps us. We don't know why. We don't quite know why. I think it would have been more thematic for a bunch of tentacles to come out and hold us for a minute. And then gently let us go. But instead, like, an undead hand comes out and slaps us. I've never seen anything else like that in the game, so it is kind of funny. These guys have a wicked respawn rate. This is kind of crazy. I feel like the faster I'm killing them, the faster they're respawning. It'll even do it when we're in combat. That's wicked. It could interrupt a heal. You know, if we imagine trying to heal right here, and then all of a sudden you just get slapped down. It's not good. Don't fight near the book. Yeah, exactly. If you're at low health or you're trying to get a heal off, you get slapped, interrupts the heal, you're dead. And with the respawn rate here, I can see that happening to somebody. It'd be bad. It likes the Twilight guys. No, it won't do anything to the bad guys. I think they're on the same side. Does the other book do anything? If I get close to the other book, does that have like a similar action? The other book does nothing. Maybe one book is the quest item we picked up and one book is the hand that slaps you. It's like repetitive. It's like a 10-second cooldown. I probably should stop fighting by it. That would be a smart idea. Yeah, it's a good experience farm for sure. I mean, I'm kind of waiting for the item to drop, but from what you guys have told me, it has basically not a non-existent chance to drop. Yeah, food photographer, what you're seeing is that you're seeing that every mob has a chance to drop an item that starts this quest. It's a chance to drop off of any mob here. So, yeah. Yeah, we are getting close to... We got a few more levels to go. Warrior died at level 27, so yep, probably like the day after tomorrow, we should be at our new max level for hardcore. It's pretty exciting. Yeah, the yellow quest guys just is indicating that these guys have a chance to drop an item that starts a quest. That's why I'm killing them forever. Because I'm trying to get them to drop the item so that we can actually have the quest. And from what people have said who have been here, is they've said that it takes forever to get it to drop, and that I have basically no chance of seeing the item. And so, yeah. That's what we're doing. Alex says, you'll probably be level 25 by the time the item drops. Oof. Listen, like, I'm gonna grind out until we ding, and if we get it by the time we ding, that's awesome. If we don't, then I might move on. But it is a pretty good experience farm. Because I can kill these guys pretty easily. We're not going through our mana. I don't really have to stop and heal a lot. And yeah, I mean, besides the disciples having a heal of their own, they're pretty easy to deal with, so. Yeah, a lot of times in Classic when they have stuff like this, it's intentionally low chance to drop. It's completely intentional. Because without Questie, like back in the day, you would not know that there was a chance for the item to drop. You just wouldn't know. You wouldn't know unless you knew. Or unless you were told by somebody who knew. You know, if you played originally back in the day. And so a lot of stuff in Classic is kind of like that. It's kind of hidden, right? It's like a hidden quest, basically. I think a lot of the people here are coming in to get the other one done. I don't know if a lot of people are staying. I think they're killing a few, they're seeing how bad the drop rate is, and then they're peeling off. Because yeah, occasionally we get waves of players through here, they hang out for a minute, and then they leave. And I can't believe they're all getting the item. They probably understand that it's impossible to get, and they're not wasting their time on it, but I don't see this as a waste of my time. It's pretty good kill XP. I have the patience of a saint. It's just that I feel rewarded every time I kill one of them because we're getting a lot of kill XP from them. Yeah, it's inherently rewarding to be here killing them anyway. And you know, if we get the item, great. If we don't get the item, that's fine too. If we don't get the item, we'll have killed enough people to like more than make up for the lack of quest XP, right? I mean, the quest would probably only give us like 1300 experience. And so we've killed more than 13 enemies. We've already made more experience than the quest. So like no matter whether we get the item or not, like trying to get it has been worthwhile. Just because of how much kill XP we've raked in. Oof to the big heal. We have big heals too if we need them. We'll pop a potion and that'll probably be fine. Disarm. Disarm is not good. I wonder if I can hit her with exorcism. Probably not. Let's get a heal of our own in. Apparently she's got mana for days. Inventory full. Okay, that's the other thing that'll stop me. The other thing that'll stop me is my inventory being full. So yeah, maybe we'll revisit this though. I really like this little area. And I feel like killing these guys is totally worth it. Yeah, we're out of inventory space though. I won't stay here with a full inventory. Because that would be wasteful. So we'll peel out for now. And we'll go talk to Onu. I can't remember if there's a vendor up here. Maybe there's a vendor over by Onu. And if that's the case, we can come back. But I'm not sure. We might have to run all the way back up to Aberdeen. What was the other quest? Onu is meditating. What is that about? He's doing a little RP. Okay, bring 6 Mathristra relics. Okay. The parchment you found at the Master's Glaive is a page from an ancient text written by elves. It is heavily cursed and oh god, he's role-playing again. I should have taken the quest and read it from the log. What was I thinking that I could read a quest? So silly of me. Let's accept it, and then I can take a look at it over here. It's heavily cursed and tainted by the corruption of the Twilight's hammer, but it seems the cult is using ancient elven magic to bring their old masters back to our world. Travel to the ruins to the northeast and search for ancient relics. Okay, well, that's really cool. So we're going back, anyway. We don't have a vendor here, though, do we? Oh, we do have a vendor. Oh, how amazing. Happy day, happy day. That's great. I might start hanging on to the medium leather. I'm going to see how much a stack of it sells for on the auction house to see if it's worth holding on to. Eventually we'll get to a point where people will pay like some kind of money for stacks of leather, I hope. And not just like 5 silver.
Ashenvale.
Oh no, it leads us to the north. Okay. That's interesting. So there's another site up here. Is there another old god up here? Is this where the other old god's at? I kind of want to see this. I kind of want to check it out. Let's go back to Aberdeen. We have a turn-in back there, and then we'll head up here and take a look. It's by the Tower of Athalax. the skull isn't an old god. It said it was an old god of the earth, though. It didn't say, like, old god capitalized the way we do now. The quest text said it was the corpse of an old god of the earth. So, there's some Nagas there. Okay. Or is it just there's not an old god up here at this one? Because the guy down here was described to us as being an old god of the earth. He had a giant sword in his skull, and the sword wasn't really explained. It's a faceless one. Yeah. Like, that's kind of what people refer to them as. Like, yeah. So it wasn't truly one of the old gods. But the quest text in Classic did say that it was an old god of the earth. Yeah. You know, possibly, you know, the wording is different. Maybe the NPC that gave it to us didn't really know what it was. Like, they just called it an old god of the earth. Yeah, something that was probably retcon for Chronicle or something, right? Can I have treasure finding and find herbs up at the same time? So I don't think that I can. Maybe I can. Yeah, no. I can only have one or the other. Herald of the Old Gods. Slain by the stone giant Kron. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know any of that. So he wasn't really an old god himself, but he wasn't described as a faceless one either. He was a herald, which is probably a faceless one, yeah. He got stabbed right in his not face. I'm gonna grab the Prospector quest. I'm probably not gonna do it right now, but I'm gonna grab it just to have it.
What can I do for you?
You know, I do have 2 lower level quests that want to take me into Ashenvale. Kind of wondering, like, should I do this stuff right now, or should I wait on it? We could do the Ashenvale run for now. And maybe we come back at a bit of a higher level for this stuff. Maybe that's the better plan. We can go do this one, we can do the Lost Master turn-in. And we could head down into Ashenvale. a couple of things to turn in over here. And then we could grab the, we'll grab the flight point down there at the Alliance Town. And that way we'll at least have the flight point. Let's go do that. It's a little bit of a run, but we're going to have to do it eventually anyway. Also, this one right here, yeah, here we can do this. Escort her to Landris Moon River at Maestra's Post. So yeah, we'll do this. I don't know if we'll be able to do this and this. Maybe we go talk to Volcor first, and then we grab the escort, because she's going to want to walk along the road, I think. Having the flight point down there helps to get to the southern quest. Yeah, it's because it's a long run from up here. Yeah, let's go do, we'll do this, we'll grab the escort, and we'll see if we can follow it down. Absent-minded Prospector is over here. I'm not going to do that one right now. You guys said potentially that was dangerous, potentially it's a lot of mobs. So we'll hold off on that. The escort quest is sketchy? Yeah, and it's level 20, so like sketchy as in we get attacked by lots of enemies. Worst case scenario, I run away and I let the NPC die. That's like worst case. Let me try it. And worst case scenario, we get jumped by 6 guys, I decide we can't do it, and we let the NPC die. Right? I mean, I feel like that's like the worst case scenario. Is we run away and we leave them to die. Don't walk on the road, pro tip. Okay, okay. Bubble and run. Yeah, if I have to bubble and run, we could do that, you know. I'd rather not, but we could do it. This one down here, Alex. The sleeper has awakened. Supposedly sketch. It follows you, but mobs spawn on the road. We'll check it out. Yeah, if the mob follows me, that's even easier, then I'll just avoid the road. If not, we'll just deal with whatever it throws at us. Or we'll group up. Like, I'm fine with it. That's fine. I'll take it. I'll take the help. I would have tried it on my own, but, you know, this is probably surefire way of getting it done. The mob follows you, you can stay off the road. Okay. So you only really get into trouble with it if you take the road. So like if the mob will follow me, can I have her follow me into this cave to turn in a lost master? Can I do that? Because that would be like my ideal scenario is that I grab this escort quest, we run over here, we run into the cave, we turn this in, and then we continue down to Maestra's Post. Steven, you need this quest anyway? That's awesome. Good. Yeah, let's do it. We'll stay off the road. I'm gonna take a little. I'll take a little detour though. I'm gonna go down here with her and pop my head into the cave and see if I can't turn this in. See if that works. It's timed. Yeah, it should be fine. They usually give you more than enough time for the timed quest. Oh, 30 minutes is more than enough. Yeah. Yeah, Sixes, I think a lot of people came over to play Alliance. Also, I got a bunch of people killed yesterday. I logged into the Horde side last night. I played the Mage. And while I was logged in, a couple of level 30s in the guild died. And then I think a couple level 20s in the guild died. People were dying last night. It might have been by the time you got on, nobody was left alive. Because yeah, when I was playing the Mage, I got I didn't get them killed necessarily, but it felt like they died because I logged in. I don't... Oh, someone's on the quest. Son of a bitch. This is what I hate most about escort quests. Like, yeah, someone's doing it right now. So we'd have to wait till they got them all the way to Maestra's post. That's like a 15-minute run. Oh, big oof. Big oof. We should invite this guy. He's trying to talk and slash say. Yeah, this could take forever though. Is there anything around here I can fight? Oh my gosh. There's nothing around here to fight. Oh, that's gonna be painful. Oh man, can I fish? Do I fish now? I don't want to fish. I guess I fish. I have nothing else I can do. Who knows how long it's gonna be. Pick the item up from the box. I can't loot the box. Yeah, I tried to loot the box right away. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If somebody just started it, like, I don't even know if I'm gonna have time to finish it. I have about 20 minutes, which might not even be enough time for me to do this. I don't know why I just expected the person to be here, you know? I just, like, I always go blank on that aspect of escort quests, that, like, if somebody else is doing it, you're gonna have to wait. And I don't even think it's that, I don't think it's that they finish it and then the mob immediately respawns. I think there's some, like, lag time between when they finish and when the mob comes back. So yeah, this might not happen for me today, Steven. But you probably be able to hang out with this guy and do it. I just don't know if I'm gonna have time to sit here and wait. I'll give it a few more minutes and we'll see. Somebody just whispered me, this is where layers come in. I told you people would hit me up with, like, pro layering stuff. Be like, this is why you should want more layers, Robert. If there were more layers, if everyone had their own layer, Robert, you'd find this guy, they'd be there, you'd do the quest, you'd be done, you'd get to move on with your life. This is why you need layers, Robert. Touché. I'm still fine just not being able to do it today. Yeah. I'll still take just less layers and just not being able to get it done. Yeah, that's fine with me. It's absolutely fine. And if I swap into a different layer, there's no saying that they're going to be up in a different layer. They could be gone in another layer. They could have just left in another layer. They could be 5 minutes in this layer, so there's no telling. The layers! Yeah. No matter what happens or no matter what anybody says, I'm never gonna want there to be more layers. There are already enough layers. And we're fine with how many layers there are. But I'm never gonna wish for more. Even if it means I can't get this quest done today. Yeah, there probably are 10 layers, and on every layer the quest is probably in progress. Like, no matter what layer I'm on, there's a pretty good chance that I'd have to wait for this quest anyway. Yeah, but the NPC, I don't think the NPC was there. Like, there's no way to know, you know what I mean? You'd be like, oh, Robert, if you just stayed in your original layer, the mob would be there. Like, we don't know. We don't know that. It's one of those, it's like a what-if scenario that's pointless to think about. Yeah, it's kind of a pointless thought exercise to think, like, what if we were in a different layer and what if they were there? Yeah, it's the kind of what-if stuff that doesn't really matter. You know? Yeah, I like to call it a pointless thought exercise, is to wonder what if in this situation. The old gods are punishing me for my blasphemy against Blizzard. Yeah, the old gods of the earth. Exactly. Exactly. Alright, yeah. Listen. I'm not gonna stick around for this one. I wanna get down into Ashenvale. I appreciate it, Steven, but I'm not gonna wait for it today. I'll check it out some other time, but yeah, right now I actually just want to get down into Ashenvale. I want to at least be able to get to town and get that stuff done. I'm sure also that as soon as I left the group, I'm sure we switched layers, and I'm sure that the NPC's there now. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue the run. I'm gonna pop my head into this cave and then get us down into Ashenvale. Old gods didn't have layering. Yeah, exactly. Wait, what's that? What happened? Is she back? Did she just come back? Or are you trying to play with the layers? Is this layering at its finest? If we group up and ungroup and group up and ungroup and we switch layers enough, maybe she'll just appear. She just showed up. I'm gonna pass. Yeah, I'm gonna pass. Go ahead and take her. Yep, I'm gonna pass on it. It's just meant to be. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, she just showed up. That's fine. I'm gonna pass. I already decided. Yeah. I'm gonna stick to my guns. And I'm gonna pass on this one. Don't go to the road. I've heard you'll get killed. I do want to come in the cave here and grab this, whatever it is. Okay, we got guys here. Yep. Couple of furbolgs hanging out. This one too. This one I don't get to see any NPCs today. Yeah, I don't get to see any of them. I'm basically done with this part of the zone. Yeah, this is another escort quest? Yeah, here's Volcor. Volcor's up here. Like, Volcor's already doing his Volcor thing. He's out here Volcoring around. I need Volcor to be back in the cave so I can talk to him, but Volcor's out, man. He's peaced out. Alright, so we're not doing any of this stuff. I'm done with it. Let's drop that one. Get rid of that. We don't need it on the map. Okay, we're good. That's fine. We just aren't gonna deal with them. Yeah. It's another escort. Yeah, we don't need layers. What we need is an escort quest system that actually makes sense. Just spawn the guy back in. Somebody takes the escort, spawn another copy of the guy back in for the next person. Wait 10 seconds so they're spaced out. But no, we don't need more layers. We need the escort system in the game to just be fixed. Just change it. It's been 20 years. Just make it so that if I start the escort quest and I walk away with the mob, they respawn right away. Then someone else can walk up and do the same thing. We can have a train of them leading us all the way down into Ashenvale. It doesn't matter. That's what really needs to happen. Is that escort quests just need to be fixed. It just needs to be fixed. You know what I mean? Who disagrees? Is there anybody who thinks that like having the NPC respawn immediately would somehow be game breaking? You're gonna be spaced out by at least 10 or 20 seconds. What happens when 5 of you have 4 mobs spawn and you're the unlucky? You're not going to be, because you're gonna be spaced out by at least 10 or 20 seconds. That's what I just said. I said there's gonna be a small wait time, so that they're gonna be up there. They're gonna be ahead of you, dealing with whatever, and they're gonna have aggro on all that shit before you get to that point. Yeah, make it 30 seconds, okay? Make it 30 seconds to give them some lead time. How many fights last longer than 30 seconds in WoW? Not many fights. Have it be 30 seconds spaced out. You're killing them in 30 seconds. See? Yeah, Johnny, she's been super busy with real work. Yeah, she's been really busy with what we call a real job. She's got it set up to do the next build, but you know, it's like, it's life, you know. Not everybody gets to sit here and play video games all day. Yeah, 30 seconds, alright, Foresters. Forester with a Z. 30 seconds, are you happy with 30 seconds? Before we put the law, before we put it into law, any more people want to speak up? Because we know Blizzard's listening. Whatever we say here is what they will do, so... Yeah, Foresters with a Z can live with 30 seconds. I think that's all the information we need. I think we can go ahead and we can pass this one into law. If I had a hammer and a gavel, I'd slam it. Motion passed. Motion passed. 30-second respawn timer. Oh, ding by exploration. On any escort quest. It's been 20 years, Blizz. Can we please just have it fixed? You know, people complain about like, oh, I can't compete for mobs, I can't compete for quest pickups, I need layering. We need these same people to whine about escort quests. Can we get some of the biggest whiners to go onto the forums and whine about how hard it is to do escort quests in hardcore? We really need this to happen. So I'd really appreciate it if anybody could be super loud about it in the forums. Talent point. Yep.
Well then, go with honor, friend.
What kind of quest do these guys got going on? I don't even know where that went. We took a quest, it went somewhere. I don't know where. Level 20. I'm not going to do these right now, but I'm just kind of grabbing them to see what level they were. Yeah, exactly, Shane. If they change it, that'll make Classic not Classic, but also a WoW token in Wrath. Yeah, exactly. They can't fix it because that would be a change, even though we've had plenty of changes. You think they'll just add more layers? They probably will. They're like, okay guys, just screw it, 30 more layers! Or no, everybody gets their own layer. Yeah, that's how they'll fix it. No, it needs to be made explicitly clear that the fix is not more layers. That the fix is just changing the spawn timer of the NPC. But yeah, they'd have to go into the game and do some coding, and they'd have to do some actual work, you know, like game developers might have to do. So yeah, it's probably not going to happen. Like, a dude can type a couple things and add more layers, but to change how the NPC works, they'd probably have to do some actual work. It would probably feel too much like actual work, and so they're never going to fix it. How does how are escort quests handled in retail? Are there any escort quests in like modern expansions of retail, and how do they work? Because I don't think people are standing around in retail waiting for someone else to finish an escort quest, are they? I have a hard time believing that anybody in retail is waiting to do any escort quest. Or do they just not do escort quests anymore? Because I feel like they phase the guy and then you each have your own guy. Is that not how it works? Yeah, people don't do quests in retail. They're not even doing the quest. Okay, okay, fair. Fair. Nobody knows because nobody does quests. Okay, okay. That tracks. Yeah, I think you could do. I remember like you talk to somebody. You know, you're running around with a main character, and then you see somebody else running around with that same main character, but their main character says a generic name. It'll be like Dragonid Warrior, whereas you're traveling with the one lady who has a real name. When you see the other people doing that quest with that lady, she has some kind of generic name. I think that's how it's handled in retail. Is like, you don't all have that guy, but like they see you with a generic person, and you see them with a generic person, but to you, it's the named guy. I'm pretty sure that's how it's already handled in retail. So they need to handle it just like that in Classic. It needs to be handled the exact same way as when you're walking around with a character NPC in retail. That's what I think. Yes, if when you're escorting Thrall, the other people that see you in the world see that you're escorting Shaman, Horde Shaman. Yes, exactly. You know, you see Thrall, but if they're escorting him too, you see Horde Shaman. Yes, that's how it needs to work in Classic as well. Since it already works that way in retail, there's got to be a way to do it, you know? Don't change Classic though. Right. Okay, we won't do anything to improve the quality of the game. But we might sell you a token. Alright, guys, I'd hate to stop here. I'm having a fun time. I really appreciate you guys being here and hanging out, but this is going to be a good stopping point for me, so I'm going to park it here at the inn. Next time, we might do some stuff here in Ashenvale. We have some low-level quests. We have stuff back in Redridge to work on, so maybe Redridge, but maybe Ashenvale. We will have to wait and see. Thank you guys again for being here. I really do appreciate all of the support. And until next time, take care of yourselves out there in the real world and take care of each other. And we will see you back in Azeroth again very soon. Bye for now.